Welcome, guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Again, it is Sunday special. We got Andy B here with us, hanging out. We are going to be checking out your tattoos today, putting in our 2 cents, which again means next to nothing. It's just two people with two ideas, two thoughts, yada yada. Okay, take none of it to heart. But I hope you enjoy it. Okay, I hope you
We're
absolutely
just having
enjoy it.
fun.
Yeah, get your emails in now. I already had some emails coming in already when we posted the notification that we were going live. So get them in sooner than later. The email scrolling along the bottom of the screen. We're going to start with today's emails and go through them that way. If you wouldn't mind, if you're here right now, all 16 of you guys, if you could give the video a like, really appreciate it. Help push it out there a little bit more. We get more of a audience participation, which is always, in my opinion, the best way to go. Andy, you want to say hi real quick, and we will.
Hey, I'm here again. Let's see what damage we can do this week, Dave.
All right, let's do it. And again, guys, this is the Sunday special. It will be me and Andy. We're gonna keep this going for a little while, and then we try to go live, or at least I try to go live one time during the week. And so make sure you have notifications turned on so you can catch that. There's no set time or day for that. It's whenever I have an hour or two to give, then that's when that'll be. And if you want to be on that show when we go live, just send an email saying you want to be live on camera, and we'll pull you in, all that jazz. So with all that out of the way, let's jump into it, Andy. Here we go. Let's get the screen pulled up. Bam. So let's see at 5. Okay, we got to go down. Oh, that's mail. Link to. Oh, okay, that's me sending an email. I want to make sure we get it. All right, 5:30 is when we went live, or when I started it. So that's when we're going to start looking at it. This is from Crosby Adams. Hey, been a fan for a while. These are some pieces I did on myself. Been tattooing for a few months, sticking to black and gray for now. Would love to be in a live video. Well, isn't this just your opportunity, my friend? Let's go, Crosby. Did you say how long you've been tattooing for? A few months. Okay, been tattooing for a few months, black and gray. All right. Hey, for a few months, man, I'm just going to jump right into this. Those lines look pretty doggone crisp, in my opinion. I would like to see a little bit more skin in here. Gets a little dark, but what do you think, Andy? Those are just my first two thoughts.
To be honest, a few months in, damn. I tell you what, I wish I'd have been as good as that a few months in. I honestly do.
I'm with you.
Like I say, me personally, it's just keep plugging away, Crombie. It's like I say, you get in there for 2 months in, it's unbelievable.
Right.
Not quite a fan of the shading, but that will come in time. Just try a few different. Just get on to practicing. Just try a few different ways of shading. It's a bit blocky in wings for me. But line work for 2 months in. Yeah,
that line work for 2 months is nice and clean. I mean, I like it. I'm digging it. There's a few little things like right in here, but for a few months, I'm not even gonna. We're moving on. That's nice too. Line work is crisp. The shading's nice. Some of this redding should cool down. We'll get a bit more of a lighter look through it. Looking at your work right now, I mean, the only thing I personally would say, take it with a grain of salt, is maybe just in the lighter areas, let them breathe a little bit more. Just a little bit more skin break in there. And
in the lighter areas, let them breathe a little bit more. Just a little bit more skin break in there. And lighter areas, no, for some reason, that's it. Try that now. I've come unplugged.
Okay. No, I did it. Every time I do that, I usually have it playing in the back just to make sure it's working, and I thought it was me. But yeah, that's a pretty nice one. All right, Andy, what do you think about this one, huh?
It's, to be honest, from what I can see here, it's looking solid. Few lines got a few shakes on them, few wobbles on them. But again, 2 months in, I ain't going to crib. It's just keep plugging away as you're doing.
Absolutely.
Just build your confidence up. As confidence comes, everything else, just learn to enjoy it while you're actually tattooing. That goes a long way. And learn to be relaxed.
Yeah, it really does. It does. And you're right, that confidence is what you need to get to that point. And I think you should have some confidence. Even if there's a little wiggle here and there, have some confidence. A few months in, shoot. Same here. Same. We might be moving backwards. The nose, to me, from this upside down photo looks a little funky. But you know what? I think we're going the opposite way. I think this might have been your older stuff. and we move towards what we first looked at. So in my opinion, that's how it looks, because that stuff we first looked at looks a little cleaner. I can't zoom in any further on it. I don't know why, but the nose, something up there. But yeah, that's sick. Yes. All right. Let's jump to the next one. Carrie Payne. All right. Carrie says, titled Help. I have been tattooed for a couple months and need help. Let me know. All right, another couple months, Carrie. Uh-oh. Andy, you're the color. You're a bit more color than me. What happened? What do you think?
I can see a lot of scarring for the start off.
Right.
On this, and unfortunately, see with colour, if you put in colour, you need to pack it in, and you need to put it in, even if you're doing it lightly. And what will translate better is the use of more colours. I can see basically two, maybe with a bit of black, but the main problem there is it looks like you've been, especially for colour, you've been running too hard, too fast. There's a lot of scarring for starters.
I agree.
And it's not legible. Pick a colour. You've also got to remember when you're doing colour, especially when you're doing this, call it fine line colour, lineless, whatever you want to call it, you've got to pick your colours carefully. You have got to still use some darker colours just to give it that bit of definition. A darker green here and there, highlight your leaves. On your flowers, deeper red, bit of purple. Put some pinks in. It's going to go a long way. You look at anything in nature, it's not just one green and one red. There's an infinite amount of colour in there. So this is what you need to do to pull them colour pieces. But my main thing with that is it looks like you've been running too hard, too fast for colour.
I think that's the biggest thing too. Yeah, like
it's
might not have been getting a good pull, the running too fast, too deep. And I would suggest not trying to line with color at just a couple months in. I mean, that could solve some problems right off the bat. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but you might as well get used to just seeing black in the skin. It's going to go in a little easier. A lot of times it's thinner. And then build up to this. Maybe add a little bit of, colored lines into your work as you go along. But yeah, if this were done in black, I think I'd have the same thing to say, though, would be what Andy said. It's just a little bit overworked there, run too hard, no blowouts, just beat up.
Oh, that's beat.
Yeah, that is sore. That's the biggest issue. It seems you need help. It's going to be slow your machine down, probably slow your hand down also. Maybe try a little less needle in the skin. I mean, you're not blowing anything out, so it tells me your depth's not crazy. But if you're standing there and you're just kind of really fast moving the machine and you're not moving your hand fast enough for that speed, it's just beating the skin up. So you slow that machine down a little bit and maybe maintain the same hand speed you had before, or you're gonna have to find your balance. But this one's a bit roasted. Yeah,
line works. Line need to work on the line work.
Yeah,
you can see it's very hesitant.
Right, it's a lot of in and out pickups and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, Carrie, I hope that little bit of info helps you out. I know it's tricky out there. Well, let's say, all right, Pedro. Hey, my name is. I don't know if that's. Well, I'm not even gonna pretend. I'm from Brazil, and I don't know. Is that Zero? Have tattooing for 6 months. For just in fake skin, these are okay. So English is not his first language, but these are his fake skins. 6 months. Boom. Let's see what we got. Hey, that looks pretty nice. I like
very
it.
Slick.
Excuse me. Yeah, I like this. It looks pretty stinking nice to me.
It's
I
smooth.
like this big highlight. Yeah, it is smooth. It is smooth. Especially for just a few months messing around. Yeah, that looks pretty. Oh, this is cool too. Looks like lines, like everything. A lot of times we have some really clean lines, but when it's coming to pulling these really long lines, we got a little bit of struggle here with these little lines, but that's going to come
fundamentals.
Yeah, Yeah, I think I mean, at least the practice on fake skin and the work on fake skin looks pretty cool. Not bad. Definitely just work on them lines. Looks like you kind of figuring the shading out a little bit. Okay. That's cool
It's
looking. I like.
nice.
Yeah, it's kind of got some sort of like a stylized look to it. Some lines. It's a mixture of some like realistic stuff with, I don't know. I like
But
it.
if you notice, the work is not doing the work is not actually doing with what we class as tattooing is actual fundamentals, long lines, straight lines.
Yeah.
There's not so many pulled long lines. This is more of a straight up artist
Yeah.
style. Is spot on, and
I agree.
I find this with a lot of people, and a lot of people are actually doing this style where they're coming away from having to do very, very many lines. It's all done. You can virtually do it all with a mag, and the work is absolutely brilliant. And
Yeah,
no
really
disrespect
nice.
to this piece that's on, it's a really, really nice piece. But you actually put them, if you were actually to put them into geometrics or mandalas, where it's all line work, that's where they'd struggle because the fundamentals aren't down. But you do need to get your fundamentals down. But this is a nice piece.
Artistically, clearly they have the ability, like you said, but just a little bit more work on fundamental lines and what have you.
Yeah,
definitely. Oh, here we go. We got a piece on skin.
that's clean.
Yeah,
Looks
it's not
fairly
bad.
clean.
Yeah, I mean, we're zoomed in pretty decent. Looks all right. This little bit of a thicker line might be a little light, but come on. Looks to be like one of your first tattoos in real skin. Maybe some saturation could be a little bit more, but nitpicky for just the short period of time. I think it looks pretty decent.
You can't complain.
No, I can't complain. No, I think it's decent. Black packed in. Oh wow, this is another beautiful, artistically done.
Yes,
shaded piece. Let's see. Long lines are relatively hidden, or this is like a knife, so it can be kind of jagged.
Yeah,
we don't really have any crazy long lines. I mean, I guess this person's working to their strengths. Yeah, but I would still work a bit more on lining because it does show through in some of these pieces. Like right here, we a little bit of depth issues, speed issues. Excuse me. So yeah, a little bit more practice maybe with lining.
It's just the line work.
Yeah, and if
I
they
think,
do that,
I think it's pretty much got his shading down. I mean, he's just got to hone that in, but just got to get his fundamentals in. Just got to get his line working as smooth as you can.
Right. And somebody asked, any advice on pulling long lines on a curve? I don't really know. It's very hard to teach and explain. I think that's why there's so many videos to try to explain it. But for me, I could even do a practice run. If I can get a good stretch, and I can get my hand out there, feel it, kind of go through it one time. My shoulder's doing all the work here. So you're up here and you're pulling with your shoulder pretty much. So your body's almost turning. So there's more stability in your lining. That helps a little bit. Do a practice, kind of like get it ready, boom, move your shoulder through the rotation or whatever. Feels good. Boom, boom, boom. In the skin, same rotation. But all it takes is a fart or a burp, and
that's it. It's done.
Yeah.
If you can try not to do them, try break them up.
Yes, absolutely.
If you're designing the piece, try break them up.
So if you wanted to, I mean, it wouldn't make sense so much in this piece, and these lines aren't exactly super long, but a little bit of a line, maybe a dash, a little bit of a line, something. It definitely makes a big difference. But nice work, Pedro. Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing it down the road, even when, in another 6 months. Probably have questions for you by then. First, this is from Adrian. First 2 tattoos that I've done on skin. Your videos helped me out a lot on my journey. I know there's a lot of room to improve, which just kind of awkward tattooing myself. That's true, huh? All right.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh, okay. All right. From back here, I haven't zoomed in yet. It looks kind of cool. I mean, it's very confusing to look at because it's all one shade, one note. But as we get in here, I think the struggle is just how many times it looks like you had to go over these lines. So you get you know, some lines that are double lined, single lined. Again, from a distance, the lining looks pretty good. You get close to it, or even from here, you know, I don't have to get that far. And then the shading, you're better off going light if you're new to shading, if you will, at times, because you can always go back in and darken it back up. But for this one, I think we just kind of kept the same shade throughout. But anyhow, Andy, I'll pass it to you if you got any thoughts on that one.
Yeah, well, you know yourself there. Tattooing yourself, it always sucks.
Yes,
but yeah, it's as if he's almost hesitant. Gone in the first time, I thought, he's gone round the lines and gone, well, actually, it's not too bad in my own skin. So then he's actually committed to it. So, like you say, you're getting 2 pass lines, 3 pass lines. You got to watch out. There's a couple of areas on it where you can see where it's picked up, started again. Not quite, shall we say, sculpted back into line. You've got a bit of a dot here and there. Shading. My advice on this one would have been to do your line work, and I've let it heal. Stay away from your shading, because the shading's very light and it looks like, where I'm looking at it and how it's done, it looks hurried as well. It's very light and it's hurried. It's patchy line work, patchy shaded.
Yeah.
Instead of being straight up smooth.
I agree. Luckily for them, from the distance, most people are going to see it at, you know, from here, yeah, it's questionable. I bet what would really make this thing whole pop is just figure out where you want to put your blacks at and put your blacks in there, your darks, so that the flowers will pop or the snake will pop. One of the two. Work that out. And that alone, from a visual point of view, would really make it more noticeable, understandable, readable. If it weren't for the head here, it would be completely confusing. But not bad. I mean, you're learning, you're getting through it. First tattoo of yourself, you know, the whole process.
Plus, it's on your own skin.
Yeah, for sure. Even better. Okay. Well, you know what? Yeah. At least you gave yourself the right design if you're going to just be out there floating straight lines all over the place. At least it's curvy and whatnot. But as you can see, we got, you know, some depth issues, some hesitation, some in and out, some pickups, some letdowns. The black looks pretty well saturated. I don't know if this is part of the shine from the photo, but just maybe a little bit of a blowout over here. You're learning. Yeah. You're learning. Lines, they need help, but, you know.
But that's practice.
Exactly. Adrian, thanks for sending that in. Go ahead, Andy, if you got anything.
Yeah, no, just say get himself back on some fake skin. Practice your lines. I mean, just draw some geometric shapes. And everybody wants to do pretty pictures, but just some geometric shapes, great for line work.
Absolutely.
Grab yourself a big liner. 9. Get yourself onto a 9 liner to start with, or an 11 liner. You're not smashing your confidence out the window trying to sculpt something in with a 5 or a 3 that looks like garbage anyway.
Right. Oh, somebody made this and sent this over to me. I figured I'd pull it up. It says, might want to stick with some fake skin for a while. Yeah. And when you said that, it just kind of like,
it's true though. Right. Yeah, it's true.
Yep. Sometimes that's the answer. We're going to leave this little guy up here just to remind everybody that it ain't no shame in going to fake skin at all. No shame. GLZ is up next. Thanks for being in the chat there early. Hey, man, I've been tattooing for 8 months now. Here are some photos from the first month of practice on fake skin. And the latest piece I've done on myself was not 100% finished enough. Finished, though, I'd appreciate your opinion. Thank you. Okay, so just so I understand this, they've been tattooing 8 months now. Here are some photos photos from the first month of practice skin. And the latest, is what he did on himself. Okay, so, all right. Yeah, okay. Super, I mean, it's pretty cool looking. I guess for me, just quick looking at it, I don't know what the reference looks like or what have you. Need some black, like.
Need some dark. It needs some really dark, really blacks in there.
Yeah, like they have up here in the ear. If some of this was scattered throughout here, and I've done a few wolves, and I hate doing animals. I'll do them, but it's not my forte. I don't feel super secure in doing them. But definitely want to put some black, you know.
Yeah, just break the fur up.
Yeah.
Just need to break your fur up. Just get some black, proper deep blacks in.
Right.
It'll
And
break
then
it
let
up.
it breathe in a few other places
Yeah,
too. It's breathing here, but maybe just like, a few other places. But, hey, not bad. You're on fake skin. You're doing some cool stuff. Right on. Okay, we got too dark here.
yep.
But it seems smooth, Andy. I think this is smooth in the fake skin. Like it's, to some degree from back here as I get closer. But
Yeah, pull it
um
in.
yeah, I think it's
It's a
too
bit,
dark though.
but yeah, it's a bit. There's needs room to breathe. There's no open. I can't see next to no open skin. And
Yeah.
what people aren't realizing is some pieces actually could do with more open skin than dark skin. They think
Right.
that the think that they've got to do a towel and they've got to cover it all with ink. It's wrong. You don't need to. You've got to let it breathe.
Yeah, it's very important that you get a balance of black
Yeah.
and skin. And then obviously continue to work on your line work. Again, this you said this from your first month. It'd be cool to see maybe a few months down the road. But if your work is not, and no disrespect to this at all, at least I'm trying not to be, excuse me, because all in all, it's not bad. But some people will go, okay, I really like this. No, jump straight to skin. Not saying you did that. But really, if you go back, it's not quite perfect. You've learned a lot of things here, but you want your lines to be crisp and smooth. Yes, the depth and hand speed might change in real skin, but if you can control that and figure that out in fake skin, then you know how to figure that out come real skin. So, in my opinion, is I would make sure that you're getting real smooth, nice, clean results in fake skin before you make the jump to real skin. You don't have to. Just my opinion, and I guess we'll take a look at your work here. Oh, that's just cool. Pretty dark still, but we do have a lot, but it's not finished. So I don't know if you've finished this yet, but maybe think about putting some skin breaks in here. You have them now, but if you go and shade the whole thing like it is right here, it might get a little too dark and confusing. That's my thoughts on there.
I'll be honest with you, I don't quite mind it as it sits at the minute. I know he's saying it's not finished, but when I stand back and look at it, I think to myself, not actually a bad piece
Cool.
left like that. Me personally,
Yeah.
Because it's legible.
Yeah.
There's enough open skin left in it as it is. If you're going to go back in, just put some really light tones in.
Right. Yeah.
Like you said, Dave, don't go in too dark, otherwise you'll kill this piece clean out. But the line work's smoother. It's not as janky as some of the other pieces. Not perfect, but it's not as janky as his earlier pieces.
Absolutely agree with you, Andy. Whether he sculpted these or whatever he did, I don't really care as long as the piece looks cool, and this looks cool. So
Whatever he's done in this one's worked better for him.
Yeah, and I do like what he's done in the eye here. I'm with you. Less shading is required here. Like it's almost looks cool the way it is. So if he went in there and just either used a little bit of dark here and there just to pop a few different levels out, that would be enough. I think you're right. Maybe just some really light shades in there.
Yeah,
because it's cool. It's cool. Oh, I see it now. I didn't even see what I was looking at. Oh man, I see it. There's a nose, a mouth, an eye. Boy, I'm real slow here. I didn't even know what it was, but I was like, boy, this is cool. I'm not sure what it is, but it's got me. I'm looking at it. I see teeth, an eye. Awesome. Half a henna mask. That's cool. Nice job though. I'm not sure what his name is. It doesn't say GLZ. I know you're in the chat, but try to jump in next Sunday or later during the week and send me another email.
He's in comments. He's in chat.
One. What's that?
He's in chat.
Oh, he is in chat. Hey, I'm just gonna say Gliz. That sounds too bad. GLZ. Send me an email when you finish this. I would love to take a look at it, man. When it's all said and done. Oh, somebody said some whites for highlights. Yeah, that's a good point too. I don't use a lot of whites. A lot of highlights in my work, so I always kind of look over that. I should probably work in some more highlights into my work.
I'm terrible. I use so much white.
Do you?
I mix with it. I mix it tube with it. It's in pieces. It's like, obviously colours, mixing, lightening colours, toning them up, toning them down. I have so much white.
Yeah, well, it works, especially in color. I mean, like you said, colors lighter, what have you. I mix with it. I just need to, I don't know, find where I want to put my white and dedicate a little bit of time to that and make sure I get it in the right spot. I get sometimes once I start using white, I get too busy with it. I put it too much. And then I'm always like, dang it, I should have held back. So I need to learn to hold back. And so I pulled back too hard and I need to get back in that a little bit. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the video or the stream, give the video a like. I'd really appreciate it. It helps push it out to more people. I had some people asking me, hey Dave, how do we know if you reviewed our work if we're not there? You know, and I think you got to be here. I don't think I'm going to be able to email everybody. Maybe I'll look into having some quick email I can send back. But no, you're going to have to be here. If you're here, we're going to check out your work we'll be here for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So if you get your work in and we got time to get to it, we'll get to it. If not, I apologize. It's just the way it goes. Early bird gets the worm. I don't know. So here we go. Next is from James. Is this okay? We're drawing on. Okay. I am a new tattoo artist, and I just got a spot at a shop in Austin, Texas. Here are some of my first professional pieces. All constructive criticism is greatly appreciated. Have included some of my drawings as well. Instagram at Cliffside Tattoo. All right, James, let's see what we got. All right, so we have looks to be a design here. Okay, interesting. Let's kind of whiz through these kind of quick so we can check out your tattoos if there are some. Okay, we got a dragon. Pretty cool. All right, I like the skull. Kind of my style. A little bit of color in it. Right on. All right, Andy, what do you think? You're more color guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's fine. I'd like to see it tattooed. Because obviously it's a design at the minute. It's a concept. It's still a concept. It's a design.
Right, for sure, for sure.
I just like to see some brighter colours. But that's me personally. That is me personally, Dave.
For sure, because things don't always translate from an iPad to skin, especially in color. Black and gray, easier color.
Well, let's be right. That's subjective. It's, it's so subjective that not everybody's palette's the same. But I just like to see some richer colours in that one. But it would have been nice to see that one on skin.
Deeper purples, maybe black deep down in there. Is that what we're saying? Yeah, I could see that too. Oh, okay, we got some tattoos. All right. Hey. Looking okay. Yeah. This one's probably my favorite of them.
It looks the cleanest to me.
Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put this one in second place. I'm not sure what this little shimmer is. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean it's overworked because you're getting that little bit of shimmer. It could be just the photo because the rest of it looks really decent.
The fish is the worst for me.
Yeah, he's the worst. But not to say he's horrible. He's just
no.
Right. No, I'm with you.
Out of the four. Just out of the four.
Absolutely. Oh, here's another fish. All right. Close up of this one. Yeah, I think that's just the skin shimmering as I see it kind of a little bit of everywhere, I think, because it's pretty consistently everywhere. So it tells me the lines look good. I think a little black in the eyes and nose might help. I'm not sure. You'd have to kind of see what that looks like first. That's cool. Lines look good.
Nice simple piece.
Yeah, nice simple piece. Oh, here we go. Have we redeemed ourselves? Let's see. For the most part, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Clean. Not bad. Clean, right? Sometimes these are the hard ones. Can't hide anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, good job, James. You're apprenticing.
Well on your way.
Yeah, you're on your way, dude. Looking good. It sounds like your mentor's got you doing the right thing. Those pieces looked about the right size. Using what appears to be a thick liner, probably more like a round shader, and having success at it. It's a nice job, James. Thanks for sending that in. And, yep. So, next one up. Did we already do Adrian? Oh, this is a different Adrian. All right, Adrian. Hi. Hey, I've been practicing for just a little over 2 months on practice skin, and I decided to go ahead and try some things on myself. Your videos are extremely helpful, and I appreciate all you do. Thanks again. Okay, so I've been practicing just a little over 2 months on practice skin. Decided to go ahead and try some things myself. Some things. You tried some things. Some things. I can't zoom in on this. This is so weird. All right. This is some sort of trickery here. Okay, I gotta get really close.
I can't tell. It's too far away.
Yeah, from here it looks good. but these are big pieces on full sheets, and they look like this big on the screen. I'm sure for you too, and probably for everybody watching. So we're gonna say from here, looks all right to me. Hey, wait a second. What?
We've seen this one. We've seen these.
We've been bamboozled. All right. Well, your fake skin work, from what we can see, looked good, and we already talked about the other parts. Okay. My next one up is, my name is Evelyn Scorson. Jeez. Okay. Emily Scorson. Evan. Oh my, I'm skipping it. Been tattooing about 8 months. I only have Saturdays as I work and have multiple kids. Would love your input. I understand that, and that's part of who we're trying to help here. Hey, this looks kind of cool. The lines around the outside here, I will say, are smooth. I think that they're a little like, some are more rich than other, darker than others. So maybe there's a bit there, but they're relatively smooth, you know? And I like the shading in here. The face seems to be all right. There's, a little bit from an artistic point of view, but overall, I think it's pretty decent. Pretty dark in here. Yeah, not bad. Okay. It's a lot going on in this tattoo for being a jumping into skin, excuse me, man, these burps. I see the line shading. Yeah, and what is there is kind of, again, you end up with a one note feel to it. You don't really get any depth, like Andy was talking about when we were looking at that color piece. Black goes a long way to really punch a tattoo in or pop things out. So don't be afraid of black. It can be scary in the beginning because it's a commitment. But if you plan your tattoo out a little bit more, I think that really helps. I do see some black in here, which makes a big deal. If there were not black behind this mask, it would be really lost. But I think there's plenty of places that we could have punched in just a little bit more black, or maybe some darker shades here. And yeah, the lining is a little wonky here and there, but that's why I always say, practice on stuff smaller. Get your lines nice and crisp on something small before you jump to something big. Go ahead, Andy. Any thought?
But with this piece, as long as they get some practice in, it's easy. It's at a point where it's not overworked, it's not too dark, so they have got no problem. Get a little bit of experience. They've got no problem going in and making this a decent piece. Mm-hmm. It's not a total write-off. That's what I'm saying. The piece is not a total write-off. It can be saved.
Absolutely. It's pretty cool. I know people that would be happy with the especially if you're not like a tattoo connoisseur who sits around and looks at tattoos all day. It'd be like, oh, that's cool. But since we're here looking at the details of stuff and whatnot, I think, yeah, definitely, like you said, one more pass through it in a few months or what have you, a bit more experience, this puppy will be popping.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Where are we at now? Oh, got to click the next button. All right. Again, I think this looks nice. Lining, I would just work on, packing it in there, unless you're using light tones deliberately down here or what have you. Looks like lining would probably be a good one to work on. And other than that, the shading is coming along nicely. Black is packed decently in these ones. I don't know.
No, they're not bad pieces. They're
not at all.
I mean, I'd like to see, yourself, you've worked on fake skin yourself. So obviously the transition from working off fake skin on a flat, solid surface over to skin that's bouncing. Some skin, no matter what you do, Dave, it can be like trying to tattoo a bowl of custard. It just ain't working. You know what I mean? So they're the other obstacles you've got to overcome. But
absolutely,
I don't quite mind these. I think not far off. And that bit of practice will line work, but we're still all practicing. No matter how long you're tattooing, you're still every day you're practicing. So it's not something to get disheartened about.
I wouldn't be disheartened about this at all. Looking good. I think it looks good. I think, this is cool. We got some UV going on here. All right. I don't have very little experience with it. I still have yet to pull the trigger and order that. I need to, but I don't know. I'm a little hesitant still, but that's cool.
I've got some in my shopping basket.
Yeah, same. I've been in there. Hey, we did practice it. Now this one, see, okay. See
If that
this.
had gone onto skin,
Yeah, this is the depth we want. I wanted to, it would have been really cool to see in the actual skin one. So you had the intentions because we have a little bit more black in this piece,
yeah. Now this
just
is what I
maybe
like
richer
to see.
black. Yeah, and
Now
even
this is
down
what I like
here.
to see. No, I like to see the reference that they're working from, and when they're learning the actual result in the skin, then
That's cool.
it's easier to critique. Well, obviously you've packed it with rich black. You're down the side of the beak in your fake skin or your reference drawing, but it's not. You've not translated that to skin. Why not?
Yeah.
Why hasn't it worked for you? Why haven't you done it? Have you not committed? Were you too scared, or did you put it in and it's come out? Quite simple.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Can you see? Can you see if you could actually get them two side by side? The fake skin is it.
I
You know
bet
what I mean?
you could. I'm just not intelligent enough to.
No, I don't worry about that. Then.
I'm gonna do the quick jump between the two. Yeah.
Can you see the difference? This reads so much better.
So much better. We have the light is where the light needs to be. This fist is coming out. I mean, even the I guess we'll call it light smoke. I'm not sure. It looks cool. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it's way more. I don't know. It's just in your face down here versus over here. We just didn't get it punched in dark enough. And again, I think some of it comes to that fear of going too dark at first.
I think is it Evelyn? She's in chat.
I don't think so. I haven't seen. Let's see.
Sure it is.
Evelyn.
Yeah, it was way easier on the fake skin. Yes, it always is.
Oh, there she is. Yep, there we go.
Because end of the day, if you muck it up on fake skin, you can throw it in bin.
Absolutely.
And
fake skin doesn't mind sitting while you're putting extra passes over it because you're like, no. Oh, a little darker. And real skin. Flat. Yeah, and it's flat, exactly. And you can move it wherever you want it. You want it over here, you want it over here. It does have its perks, but you see, I think it's really great for people to look at this and go, look, looks good on fake skin, right? And so you get I got this, and rightfully so, right? But when you go to the real skin, this is the result you end up with, and it's not bad. Like we said, you could absolutely go back in this as soon as it heals and take what you already know and boom, knock it out of the park. But why didn't it hit the mark exactly? Because it's different than fake skin. But if you didn't do this on fake skin, hadn't done it, practiced it before, I think it would be a totally different story. Maybe you might not be able to go back in and beautify this in a session. So that is a cool thing to see both on the fake skin and on real skin.
Yep.
So thank you for sending that in, Evelyn. Super cool. And this is the color version, the non-UV of this one. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. I don't know much about the UV, but so far, not bad. Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Here we go. See, they know what deep black is and how to use it and what have you. The lips are a little liney, a few little things, but I mean, you have the black in there. That face is popping out to me. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Next up is, guys, if you're enjoying the video, give it a like. We really appreciate it. Get the video out there to some of the people who may have submitted work and left or whatnot. That way they know we're checking their work out, and it just helps the video out. So appreciate you guys. All right. I've been following you ever since I started my tattoo journey. You have taught me so much, and I'm glad to finally put the skills into practice. This tattoo, I did at an event in my borough. Did it at an event? I don't even know what that means.
Is that
who is this person? Brianna Ruiz, are you in the chat? Okay, well, if you're in the chat, Brianna, let us know what happened, what's going on here, because I'm not really. Are these paw prints?
They look like either paw prints or hand prints.
Yeah, this one kind of looks like a paw. That one's got a little bit like a hand. And this cat, maybe? I'm not a big fan of this. I guess this is when you'd really have to have a reference to see what's going on.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be a hamster. Okay. Yeah. I think this person is Echo Inks in the chat. There's supposed to be a hamster. So this little guy down here is supposed to be a hamster, or these are supposed to be hamster paws? Because I'm not familiar with hamster paws. So, um, okay. Well, I'm not sure what kind of event this was. Okay, Prince. It's the way it was done on the death thingy. Okay.
These paw prints after hamsters passed away.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I don't really know because there's a Redding in there. I'm not really sure. It's hard to see. It's hard to read. The photo's a little funky,
It's
but
very hard to read. There's a lot
yeah,
of red.
hard to read. That cat was from a while ago. The pad are the newest. I'm so sorry I didn't specify. It's all good. No worries. It's fine. Thanks for specifying it now. But from this one tattoo, it's really hard to tell I believe for myself at least, to tell you what I think you could have done differently because I'm not really sure here. I will give you an A for putting ink in the skin. You made a tattoo. But beyond that, I'm not really sure. I don't know if you got anything, Andy. I can't really help here.
No, it's like I say, it's quite red. It looks like a very small tattoo. So there's not a right lot to criticise on because obviously no lines in. Looks like it's all been done either with a shader or thing. I don't know about me. I just keep seeing 189 over the top at left hand paw print for some reason. I'm gonna look away. But no, I mean, like you said, it's in.
Yeah,
it looks like it's holding.
It's not blown out.
It's not blown out, and as long as your client happy, win-win.
I think so. So they're happy. But Brianna, when next time we're live, if you get a chance, you get your work sent in, and we can take a look at it again. Put this in there again, so we remember. Oh, Brianna, this piece, and then show something else you've done too. That way, maybe we can help you along in that way. Since I don't feel like we weren't really able to see a lot to really help you out. But hey, thanks, Brianna. Appreciate you, and thanks for being in the chat. Edwin Feria. Edwin. Been tattooing 6 months. Give me your honest feedback. Okay, we got a lot here, so we're going to have to buzz through these ones pretty quickly. Been tattooing 6 months, so all right. Honest feedback. Okay, all right. Lining's not bad. Not bad. I mean, definitely could use a little, but not bad. This looks very similar to the first time I did or maybe the third time I did a script sculpted and whatnot. It's a safe way to do it.
From him.
A little bit, yeah, and that's kind of what mine resembled too. I remember looking at it going like, I liked it because, well, it was there, but okay, this is nice. Black is very nice, smooth and saturated.
Banksy face. Yeah. Just the dad script has gone away from a little bit. Bottom at D, bit heavy, and the balloon's a bit off for my liking. It's could have been a bit smoother around the curves.
Yeah,
it's awful and it don't work, but just for me, it's been a bit smoother around the curves.
At first, I thought it was maybe a stylized thing, but I think that it might not have been. Yeah. Okay, we got some Harry Potter action going on. We got some. That's
not bad. Not a fan of this anyway. Whether it's done right or done wrong, I'm not a fan of this type
just
of
those
stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
you waste
Roman numerals like that should be done in Times Roman numeral script for me. It's that's how it works. Done in a different font, it never works for me.
Right. It just ends up looking.
Yeah, I'm a bit biased at criticising on that one, unfortunately.
What's right? We got plenty to hit up here. Lines are not bad here. Yeah, lines are okay. We got a nice little shading going on here. I think it's just the right amount.
Is it light shading? I can't see. Is it a bit of stipple shading or?
Yeah,
just a bit of light shading.
I think it's a little bit of light shading, a little stipple. Yeah, a little whip going on there.
Nice and light. Works.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Mason jar here. Not bad. I think the shading could be a little smoother, but maybe it'll heal out.
A few janky lines, but.
Right, mainly again in.
Yeah, right on side of glass jar.
Yep. All right. I like this actually. Yeah, it just visually looks nice on her. some might think it's too dark, but I think you left the skin open where it needed to be left open, and it's up to the individual to decide whether they would have left a little bit more open. But I like it. A lot of lines in this one, and a lot of them are decent. A lot of them are pretty decent. Some of them not the greatest, but again, a lot of lines, different things happening here and there. A lot of shading, kind of. Some more black would have been nice in this one.
I was just going to say the same. Heavy black.
Yeah.
Heavy black, right, especially in corners or where it classes shadows, and just some heavier black. It can make this thing look completely different.
Absolutely. Would have popped it. Nice little flower piece. And we're always going to find a little blooper here and there on the lines. You're going to find those in every one of my pieces as well, unfortunately.
Snap.
Yeah, looks decent to me. Nice light shading. Yeah, looks like I would have brought this shading up more. It looks like it stops right here. It's up to whoever. I think the face could have just been done better. Maybe you're not that comfortable doing faces. I get it. Trust me. But as far as lining and in the different shades and this part down here, I think it's cool. I like the imagery. But I think that, I don't know, maybe draw it once before. I don't know. That's just my thought. Let's see here. Hey, this is cool.
I don't mind this. This is quite a nice piece.
Yeah, a little heavy on the line here, but looks cool.
It's simplistic, but it reads well.
Yeah, the white's in nice.
Yeah.
They put it where it needed to be. This is cool. I think a bit more black again, deeper in these sockets, maybe a little bit. I like the detail going in the eyes, but in the eyes, this section right here, I think should be further back, and it looks like it's just inside the eye. Like the eye's just indented just a little bit where it's a full socket. So a little bit darker in here would have pushed this back. Like this one looks like it's the back a little bit further. Just my opinion. And we made it till the end. All right, Edwin, we got a mixed bag here, but you are definitely moving in a positive direction. Every one of them I thought was decent. This one was okay. I just think maybe work on your faces a little bit more. That's about all I got. Let's see. We are anything crazy in the chat here. Just see me my first tattoo. Exactly why. Going back to fake skin for another year or more. Okay. We got William. Hi, my name's William. Now his name's Billy. Hi, my name's Billy. I'm from a small town in England. I started tattooing at 40. Don't know if that's too old. Never too old. I love your videos. They've helped me a lot. These are some designs I've done. All right. Okay. What do we got going on here?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got. Go ahead, Andy. Go ahead, buddy.
Definitely needs work on these, on the lines. I don't. Is this his first piece? Is it his last? But I don't know.
Right.
It's unfortunately, mate. It does need work.
Yeah, the lines and there's depth. There's I don't know. Like from back here, because it's black and skin, you're like, okay, that. But then as soon as you start to look at it a little bit more, you realize that up in here, we got some really light, almost non-existing lines. Over here, we got a bit thicker. So there's a real consistency issue, which comes from just not being confident with the speed you're running your machine versus and the speed you move in your hand. And boy, how much needle should I put in the skin? Are we getting a good stretch? All the fundamental things. It could be one of any 4 or 5 of those things could really throw things off. But definitely going to go back over here, drag this out. And looking at this current photo right now, you might want to stick with fake skin for a little while longer. But let's see. Maybe this is the first piece, right? Andy could be, hey, you practiced it, though. Hey. Right on. At least you practiced it.
Practiced it? Yep.
Yeah. But I'm not a big fan of it even here, though.
I'm not 100% fan of it, no, but I think he's got lost somewhere on his stenciling as well. When I look at this, I look at the other piece.
Yeah, you should be right.
I think his stenciling might want a bit of work, you know. I mean, because.
Yeah, this is supposed to be shading up in here.
Yeah.
I just looked like a
And
giant black area. Uh-huh.
you know yourself, you need to mark out some areas of your shading on your stenciling as well. I'd also like to know, well, people, do they actually work? I mean, I don't know about you, Dave. If I'm doing 95% of my tattoos, I have a reference picture outside of me or
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure. All the time.
Are people working with reference at the side of them and keep constantly looking at this reference to make sure you're in the right place? Because I honestly, if I don't have reference, I won't be able to tattoo worth crap,
Yeah.
outside of me.
Yep. Even if it's something spontaneous on the spot where it's a designed flower or something like that that was, just created. Sometimes if I don't have time to really shade it or I'll just pull up another flower. Just give me a reference of some
Yeah,
kind. Let me see where the shadows are lying on that flower. Let me
any
see.
reference.
Yeah, some sort of reference to see. And especially for appointment tattoos and stuff where I have time to prep stuff, I'm on the tablet. I have an entire rendering of the sleeve of whatever it is we're doing, and it's just there. So I can always, always, always refer back to it. If you lose the stencil, which over time you'll find ways to just not lose the stencil. Yeah, great point, Andy. And it's right there. Sometimes I'll have a paper printout of it, and I'll have my
Yeah,
tablet up. Uh, I'll have different versions of it. So you have if you're doing black and gray, you can have like a darkened version, a lightened version.
yep.
So you can really see where your darks are at, where your lights are at, and and then you just learn to play
I'll
with
have a,
it.
I'll just have a printout as well of my stencil sat outside of me. If it's a big pic, I've got the stencil on the skin, but I'll have outside of me just an A4 piece of paper with the line work of the stencil on it, so
Yeah,
that I can reference that as well. If because you know yourself, your stencil can get a bit light, you might lose a little bit, but
absolutely.
you can reference it.
Yep, reference is a must. If you don't have a reference out, that would change your game dramatically. Let me see. How do you pick? How he pick pictures, man? I think you're talking to me there, TJ. Let me double check that. Let me double check. Just I want to answer your question. So what we did here is on the lives when it's me and Andy, we'll go off of the email that was sent as soon as we went live. So once I put up that notification saying, "Hey, we're gonna be live at 6 o'clock," from that exact time on is where we started. So at 5:30, whoever sent the email in at 5:30, we started with you and we just worked our way up. If we run out of time and we don't get to everybody, then we don't get to everybody. But we tried to at least make it a first come, first serve basis. If you're here, we're gonna take a look at your work unless we run out of time. So if you're coming in late, it might not get it. So turn notifications on so you know when we go live. So you're aware Sunday at 6 p.m. For the most part, me and Andy will be here live and sometime during the week. So make sure your notifications are turned on. Jump in when you see that pop up. You'll always see my email address scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Send your work in, and we just go from there so that it's not random, if you will. So anyhow, I hope that answered your question, TJ. And, it's a good question. I think some other people had the same question. So, all right. And if you're enjoying the video, give it a like. We really appreciate that. And we're moving on. Okay, we got an owl here. This looks much cleaner, this owl. Big improvement here, I think. Like those lines, yeah, I've still got a few, but lines are crisper. It's readable. We have dark areas. We have open skin. Yeah, I don't mind this one.
No,
Yeah,
nice
decent
piece
line.
of fake skin.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, we seem to have gone a bit backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that happens sometimes. I'm not sure which order this is in, whatnot, again, but it looks like we might be chewing up a little skin here and there in some spots. I like that the lines are bold and they're always readable. And when this heals, if you really want to, just pick a 9-round shader or something like that, 11 to 4. I mean, you can go as big as 14, sure, and just maybe reline this stuff, and then it'll give it a fatter outline, a smoother outline when you're ready, of course, and that would really clean up a good bit of this. It looks like you just kind of put in dots here. It does read okay. I mean, it might get a little bit confusing, maybe a little darker down here, but I think you still just need to hone in those lines on the fake skin. Continue to hone in on the lines on the fake skin. I don't know. Any last thoughts here, Andy? I'm going to jump to a new one.
No, it's like you say, line work.
Yeah.
Line work, like I said, with this one, he should have just popped on with his line work, done it, let it heal, had a look at it,
Yeah.
popped back in and fixed it, then shaded it for me.
Right. Good point. Good point. Yeah, if you practice with your line work and then down the road when you're ready for shading, you got all this line work on your leg or on your body that you can always go back to and reshade. Great point. Here's graphics. I think a lot of people probably know graphics from the comments. He's a big supporter of the channel as well. Here's my first shot at black and gray. I did about 8 months ago. Okay, so this is 8 months old. I was from a reoccurring nightmare I had when I was a kid, and recently realized it was from a picture in one of my grandmother's books of a demon. I thought it was I thought it would make a nice tattoo. Yeah, I probably would, but that's some creepy stuff. All right, I'm gonna click on this, Andy. I'm gonna run over there and use the restroom real quick.
Yep.
And so I'm gonna leave it on you, buddy. Yep.
So this is what? Where's it gone, Dave?
Oh god.
Oh, it's coming up. Picture's not very clear. Wow. 8 months old. Obvious. Need a bit of work on your line work. But like I said, you haven't said in your comments how long you've been tattooing for. I know you say this one's at 8 months old, but was it your first one? Is it your first one on skin? But like I say, like everybody else, line work, shading, what you're using for reference. It'd be nice if people are sending reference aside of what we're actually critiquing, so we could see what you've done, even if it's just your stencil, so we could see. But then again, it's semi-legible, but I just don't know what's going on. It needs some more darks in it, for sure. And you obviously, at this point, well, you were 8 months back, this point, like I say, your line work does still need work. It'd be interesting to see where you've come 8 months later. But what do you think, Dave? Are you still there, Dave?
I was muted.
You were muted.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you reckon? Like I say, it's line work. It's dark, but this is 8 months back, and he doesn't say how long he's been. He doesn't say how long he's been tattooing for at this point. It'd be nice to see some more current work.
Yeah, definitely. I will say, just looking at it though, from an imagery point of view, this is definitely from a nightmare of some kind. You couldn't just kind of I think it looks wild and cool. I like that you're down here. So a lot of cool things. I don't know what you said, Andy, but absolutely continue to work on your line works. 8 months ago, we have some that are smooth, some not so much, little pickup, put downs. And then obviously some real solid black back here would have been super cool in a few different places. Find out where your darkest areas are and just pump the black, and then bust out some really light shades and just beautify it. But yeah, I definitely think you can absolutely go back into this later graphics anytime probably and really punch it home. But again, from the concept of it, I mean, you couldn't make this up. It's definitely from some sort of a nightmare. Well, hopefully it's not haunting you anymore, man. Super cool, man. But yeah, definitely, like Andy said, line work is definitely going to be where we are all struggling at. Okay. Edgar's. My work on fake skin. You have reviewed my work before. Edgar, okay, maybe we have. Let's take a look at your work on some fake skin. Hey, that's pretty wild looking.
Did we see some of his work last week?
I think so. I think we did. I don't remember looking at fake skins, though. Maybe some of them, but I don't remember looking at this. Some interesting ways of how you did this. It looks like you went around with like a light gray wash around the spots you wanted to shade and then went back in it. Looks somewhat consistent. There are a lot of great things here, Edgar. So don't take anything wrong. Its eye looks kind of funky to me, only because it kind of looks like a girl eye for some reason. And I'm no eye professional, but something over here doesn't quite jive with his face. But other than that, man, I think it's pretty cool. It's different. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say there.
It's a nice read. It's a readable piece.
Absolutely readable. I really like the bandana.
Yeah,
And his head with the little shine at the top.
It's a bit for me. That's the standout on this piece. Is
Mm-hmm.
it is a proper standout on this piece.
Absolutely, the bandana is where it's at. I like where he put his black in on this one. Yeah.
Nice
Got a
piece. Nice
silhouette back there. Yeah, I like its breathing. We got open areas all around so we can still see. The light doesn't get too backed up. Face is all right. Shading looks okay. Not bad, man. And then I kind of like this little simplistic sort of cool looking, I don't know, buildings with a little bit of
gesture.
Shading. Cool.
Gesture of a building.
I like it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, not bad. I think it looks good. I think the lines, I could come in here and say, oh, look at that line. But if I did this, we'd be looking at the same thing. So, yeah, I don't think I got anything to really beat you up on. It looks cool.
There we go. Just getting resupplied.
Yeah, I feel you.
Wife's here with resupplies.
That's a texture.
Yep.
Let's see. We definitely struggle with line work on this one. Some of these bigger lines I think look all right.
Bigger lines.
Yeah, those thicker lines. Oh man, but when we get to these, we're not stretching the skin or something here. We got some straight on bounds, which is weird because if you put in larger liners, you kind of got to get more of a stretch because you got to have to pop that more. So I'm not sure here, but these lines are really what's throwing this off. Aside from that, I can live with 90% of it.
Over chin.
Shading's all right. Yeah, that chin.
That chin. That line over that chin is.
Yeah, this is confusing here, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think maybe it was there. Yeah, there's some. The more I look at it, the more I find other little things. This is one. There's a lot of tattoos you see, and you're like, I would love to see the reference on this one, just to see, was that meant to be there? If something's meant to be and I don't like it, then that's not your fault. That's just my personal preference, and I'm just one idiot with one opinion. All right, so definitely work on your lines on that one. I think we looked at what this. Did we look at this, Andy?
No, I can't remember this one.
Last week.
I can't remember this one.
Okay. This one's cool.
I like it. It's making me grin. I like it.
There's some tattoos you see that you would be like, hey, I would like to tattoo this.
Yeah.
Funny enough, there's not a lot of lines in it. It's kind of cool how they did like this blurriness around the outside to kind of, it draws your focus right into the face, right into, this barrel area right here, and it kind of blurs the back, which is cool.
Works, and it works well. It's like I said, I like that. It's making me grin. I don't like it.
Right on. Hey, thanks, Noah. I appreciate it. Noah says, I wish you have live videos every day. I wish I did too. I genuinely enjoy just jumping on here and checking a look at your guys' work and give any 2 cents I can. I'll try to do it more often when I can. But for now, I try to at least do it a couple days a week. And this week, I might, just so you guys are aware, give the video a like if you're out there watching, enjoying. I'm going to try to do some live tattooing this week. Again, I'm still trying to figure out how to, well, right now I got something in my eye, but I'm trying to figure out how to work around a camera. I got a camera that is going to be, let me see, boom. I got a camera that's going to be right in front of me, my cell phone, and I know a lot of people are good at this. When I was tattooing my hand, it was a little bit of a struggle. I figured it out, but I like to be able to see the phone so I can see the, what you guys are saying pop up and, communicate. So it's not just me sitting there tattooing, but it might end up being that either way. I just want to let you guys know, turn your notifications on because that might happen this week. And I know we might not go start to finish on a tattoo, maybe just for a few hours. You can see what I'm doing. I could share some of what I'm doing with you. Anyhow, stay tuned for that. Give the video a like, blah, blah, blah. Moving on. Here we go. Hey, Dave, I need all the help I can get. Don't we all? I have been trying to learn from watching videos, completely self-taught, and really hope I'm doing everything right. These are my first tattoos I've ever done. I now have bought quality machines and name brands inks from actual tattoo suppliers, and I'm only tattooing fake skin until I improve my skills. Okay, so you did this. You're not super thrilled with it. It sounds like you're going back to fake skin until your skills improve. Excuse me. I recently lost an eye. Oh, geez. And now have extreme vertigo, and it makes tattooing a lot more difficult. Yeah. Do you have any tips on depth perception? Thanks for all the videos, brother. Okay, so if anybody in the chat right now has any info for Biggie Z, Big Z 101 on vertigo, dealing with a loss of an eye. I cannot. I knew when my glasses got all messed up from working with them too much in the garage. I know just how much of a pain in the butt that was trying to look through all the speckles to tattoo. So I got new glasses. So losing an eye got to be just crazy. So again, if you have any advice, I have none as far as that goes. I do apologize, but we will take a look at your work here. And again, you did this, and then I guess you backed off. This looks better than some work that has been sent in. Plenty better. I think that your lines could use some improvement, mainly just right around here. We got some wonkiness. There's a few here and there, but the ones that matter that are out there, they're not bad. Color looks pretty decent for just getting into it. I like the different variations of blues, and yeah, Andy, I'll let you share. You're more color guy.
Like I say, it's. I mean, if you're just getting into it, I mean, we keep saying it. You've got to start somewhere. I mean, for me, who likes to use colour, all I'd say is in your colour with stuff like this, get used to, instead of using your next shade, say like with the blues, instead of using your next shade up for contrast, jump that shade, go to your next one, so you've got stark contrast. Because you know, if you've played around with colour, yeah, it might look good at bottles. You put it all out, you put it in skin, and it's like, oh, it's too close. I've just learned over time, jump a shade, jump to a next shade, so you've got super contrast.
Yeah, that's fantastic advice. I hope everyone's listening right now.
A little bit of black, bit of dark brown in the mouse. Give it a little bit of a fur texture. Use side of your mag. You can use side of your mag. Just give it a bit of fur texture with your colour, just here and there. I'll do it, but I ain't going to complain if he's only just in.
Oh yeah,
he's doing well for colour, because some people just won't use colour at all. They're scared of it.
Right. And the yellow's packed in there. Sometimes that yellows and greens can be scary ones, and they're in there.
It's not a nice colour to pack in. Light yellows, light oranges, whites, really light greys, because you've got to trust your needles, because you will see them little dots of blood come up, and they may overtake your colour. They may oversaturate, but your colour's still in there. So you've got to really trust what you're doing. Really slow, pack it in, move along, let it settle, come back, wipe it. It's in. If need be, just touch it up. But
I agree. And to 100% agree with you on that. When you're looking at the colors in the bottles, how you're like, oh, this blue, and you got this blue, and you got this blue, and you're like, I'll just use this one next to that one. You tattoo both those, you're not gonna know which is which. You're not gonna know where one stops, the other one begins, because in the skin, they have, like you said, jump it up a few. Use a blue, you might even be into purples almost, where by the time you're getting enough contrast that you want. I found that out the hard way. I'm sure you too, Andy.
Yeah.
Where you're looking at them in the bottle, like, oh yeah, that's gonna work, and it just doesn't work.
It's like I've said to you before, Dave. People go to me, my colours aren't bright, coming out. We went on about this last week when we come off camera. I mean, when you're tattooing your skin, colours show up brighter in bright white skin, because looking at them in the skin, when it's healed, your skin is a window. Do you know what I mean? So the darker your skin, it's like looking through a tinted window. They're not going to be as bright. Whereas if you like Casper the Friendly Ghost and bright white, your colours are going to be so vibrant in the skin. That's why you just got, like I say, you've just got to get used to just stepping them colours up, and punching them in, especially on, shall we say, darker skins.
Right.
And that
100%.
If you're really white, you're going to have no problem looking vibrant.
It is true. It is the few nice things of having very pale skin is that tattoos look good on it. That's okay. All right, jumping right into the next one. We got some blowouts kind of all over the place. Yeah, we got them here, here, down there. So a lot of times what you see is two different versions. You either have the tattoo that's, I guess there's three, I suppose. You got the one that's going hard, it's solid, you see it, but it comes with some blowouts, which you can't fix. Then you have the one it's light, it's feathery, it's in and out. So they've gone too light, too heavy. I've gone too heavy. I backed it up. I went too light. It's kind of like finding the porridge, I mean, you're going to find it eventually, but you got to try it all. Well, you hope that you don't, but when we're trial and error sometimes ends that way. So maybe a little more gentle on the skin. Here, the line work is rough, to say the least. It's there and it's not there. Then we have color over top of it. Yeah.
Top of bottle to right, it's chopped. You know when it's packed, the light blowing. It's chopped. You see what it looks like it's scabbed up.
Yeah.
Or it's bleeding. It's
up here too. Yeah.
Yeah, just above there. There you go. Just above there. It's a bit overworked, well chopped up.
Yeah.
But
like not bad. I mean, here's the thing: they knew that they did these pieces, which are far from the worst I've seen, far from the worst we've seen, while doing this. So it's not like it's like, oh gosh, yeah, definitely go back to fake skin. But it's smart that you yourself are going, you know what? I like what I did, but it's not what I want it to be. I'm gonna go back and hit some fake skin for a while. I got all these other things going on with the eye issue and a lot of stuff to really conquer. So please send us in more work if you see us live here and we get the opportunity to get your work. I'd love to see the fake skin work and follow up with you and see how this goes. And I hope if anybody has any advice in the future, if you're watching this on rewatch, leave it in the comments as far as advice for Biggie Z 101 as far as the vertigo goes. But yeah. Good to go. I see, guys, we do have a lot. I see a lot of emails here. I don't think we're going to get through all of them. We're going to be going for another 45, 50 minutes. So, again, if you get here earlier, there's far more chance we'll get to it. But nonetheless, we're doing the best we can. Let me just check the comments out real quick here, and then we'll jump into the next one. Bear free and looking away. Just want to make sure there's no, people struggling, looking for have a simple question sent. And yeah, thanks, Noah. Noah says, hit the like button, show some support. Awesome, for sure. Cool. Okay, it doesn't look like it's anything crazy. You're welcome, Brian. Let's go. We have, all right, a little bit of writing down here. It says, who is this person? Can't say the name.
Them mushrooms and them crystals look like one that were last week.
You're right.
Line work.
Yeah, you're right. It says, hi, dude, I'm Cheddar. I've been tattooing for around 1 year, and these are some of the works for you to dive into. Yeah, I thought we did look at something
similar to that. Something similar anyway.
Yeah, it was. I think this looks pretty cool. I don't know. I think the lining's okay around it. Even if it was sculpted, it looks all right. We're zoomed in pretty far. I think some people forget that when you're zoomed in on a piece. You can't do that in real life. You can only see what you can see. So if tattoos is big, I mean, you can only see that. We're zoomed in. So we're critiquing at a close range. Always keep that in mind when you're looking at people's work. I mean, you're always going to be able to find imperfections when you're this close. You can't even see that close when you're tattooing. So anyhow, a little tangent over. Yeah, this one looks pretty cool.
Yeah, got some nice blacks punched in there, giving you a little bit of depth perception.
Yeah. What would you say up in your
cool piece?
Now, Andy, for you in doing color, do you like to it looks like what this person did, it appears to me, is that they shaded it, right? In like a gray wash, and then they went right over top of that with the colors.
Yes.
I know that's one way to do it. Is that how you like to do it, Andy?
It depends what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll put black in and then go over the top with color. Sometimes I'll use. I don't want to go so dark, but if I want to tone it down, I'll use a medium. But the problem you've got, if you start using blacks or, shall we say, grey washes to tone down the colour, especially if you're mixing in the tube, it dirties the colour. It takes the vibrance away from the colour. So if I'm wanting to tone down, say, the red, I may use a deep blue or I may use a brown to tone that down, which still gives you the rich vibrance of the colour.
Right.
But as for the style of this one, where it's punched the black in, yes, I would still whip over the top of the black with the colour to just maybe not right to where the black starts, but at least to give me a softer transition into my black.
Right.
With my colour, so it's not a massive stark contrast. But to be honest, I don't think he's done a bad job. He's got what, 1, 2, I can see about 3 or 4 different blues in what I'm assuming are his ice crystals. Translate. And to be fair, even if you zoom in there, some of his transitions are nice and smooth. In the colour, some of his colour transitions are nice and smooth.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Like right here in these blues and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, the
Oh yeah, absolutely.
fade between each other. So
I like the
I ain't gonna,
little thought to put the white or leave it open,
yeah,
you know, to really give a
you're highlighting. I mean, I may have used a little bit of highlighting in different aspects. Like we said, art's subjective. It's where you, it's how you want to translate it. But I ain't going to give this one a hard time at all. I don't think it's that badly done. And that's for colour. Like I said, I am biased.
Right. Yeah, I like it. And I too, sometimes mixing in the tube, I'll mix the color right that I want right there and lay it right in. But like you said, there's nothing wrong with putting the shade in and then going over top of it with the color. And
try it on
this one.
Mix it tube and then just try it on your wipe tissue before you.
Yes. Absolutely. That is, I've tried and true for sure. This looks cool. I do like this. The shading, you definitely have an understanding for shading, how to make it work for you, where to put your lights, you know. I would still say I think lining is still going to be just where you've fallen short. And again, it is what it is. You just need more practice at it. But that doesn't take anything away from the piece. The piece looks nice to me, in my opinion. There could be more added to it to make it like a real full-on piece, blah, blah, blah. But I think it looks good. Again, I would just maybe try to stretch the skin out a bit more. It looks like maybe we're just not getting a good stretch and the needles are moving around on you a bit more than you'd probably like. But the blacks are in there. And, yeah, that's about all I got to say about that one. All right. Let's jump to the next one. Librato. Okay, yo, what's up? I'm from California, and I've been practicing for a couple of months. Let me know what you think. All right, Librato. We're going to say Lopez. It's a little bit easier for me to remember. Oh, no, I can't zoom in.
Oh, it's tiny.
Oh, no. Okay, from this one, from here.
I can't see it.
It looks okay. Can I zoom in on? I can't zoom on any of these. This looks cool from here.
It looks cool from where I can see, but
from what I can see,
it's too small.
Yeah. It's too, and that might not be your fault. It might be my computer. I don't really know. I'm barely holding on when it comes to tech stuff. So yeah, this looks cool from here. It's super contrasty. The black's in there solid. The light, the fake skin portion is shining through. Got some light shades in there. From here, looks cool. The mouth is mean. Yeah, I dig this. Again, from where I can see it from. And again, I can't zoom in on it. And this would be the one to see.
Yeah.
From here, the blessed looks good. So sorry, Lopez. I don't know if that's you or me, man, but nice stuff. It looks good on fake skin from what I can see. It looks good. All right. Florin. Did we look at? Oh, we got a lot. We got a lot here, so we're gonna try and move through these ones quick again. Yeah. Hey guys, we're sending work in. Try to send like 3. 3's gonna give maybe 4, but 1 to 4 is gonna give us a good understanding where you're at and what you might need some work on. This is John D. And I have been tattooing on human skin from February of 2022. Feel free to rip into these tattoos. Looking forward to your critique. I did fake skin practice in 2021 with the help of your videos, so thank you for that. You're very welcome. And let's see, from February of 2022, January, February. Okay, so for a few months now. Okay, well, from what I can see of this, minus a couple little lines, I like it. My first impression is this looks nice. I like the shading in it. A few lines here and there. Absolutely. It's breathable or breathing, readable. Yeah, good one. I like it. I don't really have anything worth beating you up about.
Missing darks.
Yeah, it's missing that rich black, huh? Yeah, good point, Annie. Let's see up here.
Lines.
A little bit. It's not bad though. It's not bad. A couple lines could be smoothed out, and like Andy said, some rich black.
100% bad.
No.
Yeah, like this. Cool.
Yeah, that black is truly quite solid in black. I like that. The red is packed solid.
Clean sticker tattoo.
It is, man. It really is. It is. I like it. Hey, this is cool too. Let's zoom in and make sure I don't get ahead of myself. Nope, everything looks relatively clean to me. Yeah. Somewhat readable. I see him. I like him.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. Digging it. A forearm tattoo.
Another
Okay.
clean sticker tattoo.
Got a little dolphin. Yeah, these are looking good, man.
Nice use of colour.
Solid black. Solid black. Nice. Got yep. And I think this is shading in here. Very light tones. Those are going to heal out.
Yep.
It's going to look really nice and soft. Man, yeah, even these little tiny stars are well done. I like it. Very nice. Thanks for letting us check it out. Yeah, say for the 99% of this, like I said, once your work starts to look a little better, then you're going to get a little bit, eyes are going to start zooming in on things a little harder. But even as zooming in more, there's just a few little things. But again, you're going to find that in my stuff, every single one.
You find it in most people's.
Yeah.
I like this.
This is really nice. Yeah.
Smooth. I do like it.
I love the eye.
Well done.
Like the shading in this eye, just how detailed, the little bit of black punching through that highlight right there, the softness in the nose. Yeah,
Smooth.
beautiful.
Very, very smooth.
Yeah. All right, let's see. This can be a little bit more of a rough area to tattoo, and it's going to get a little bit more red, and it did get a little more red, but, not bad. I don't see anything jumping out other than the redding, but again, that happens when you're putting in light shades. Yeah. Same thing.
That black's in. That black is definitely in.
Solid, man. Solid. Jeez. I don't know. I mean, sure, we could zoom in and find some stuff, but what's the point? It looks good to me. It looks good. Nice job, Florin. Really nice. I got no complaints. Looks cool. You spent the time through 2021 practicing on fake skin, and it shows. It absolutely shows. So awesome. Thank you, my friend. All right. What time do we got? It's 1:21. All right, guys, we got another 30, 40 minutes here. We're going to keep on making our way through. If you're enjoying the video, if you guys could be so kind to give the video a like, we'd really appreciate it. Let's see if we can get to 200. I don't know if we're going to get there. I don't even know where we're at. Let me refresh this. We are at 74. Well, let's start with 100 likes. We had 100 likes on this video, guys. If this video is helping you out, give it a like. I'd appreciate it. Let's jump into Brent Usher. Watching your live stream now. Perfect. I'm out of the Canadian Army in a week after 12 years, and I'm going to finally follow my heart and pursue this full time. Hey, congratulations. That's awesome. I got maybe 4 or 5 months into real skin. Here's 2 I did this week. Let me know what you think. Cheers. Cheers back at you. And hey, 12 years. Awesome, man. And I know what you mean. When you get out, it's almost not sure what to do. But it's awesome that you're ready to chase this passion of yours. So let's check it out. From here, I like it. I always get scared when someone's going to dive all in on something. And from here, I'm not all the way in, and you're still practicing. It looks okay. Okay. I may have spoke too soon. I'm starting to look at these lines around the outside. Yeah, these lines, okay. I still like it. I'm still rooting for you. We need some work on lines, and I'm sure Andy's going to tell you he'd like to see a little bit more color in the color.
A little bit more color, a couple more use of colors. Line work. Do you know something? I know what you're saying, Dave, with line work and everything and that, but it's not a horrible piece.
Not at all.
Compared to some of the stuff we've seen, it's not a horrible piece. I've seen worse out of people that have been tattooing.
Oh, absolutely. And this isn't his full time. This is, he's in the Canadian Army and doing this on the side.
Practice. And I'm sure he won't have a problem of willing candidates for him to ink while he's practicing.
Right. I'm glad he was able to get the black in the places you could, because wherever there's color, it's pretty much just that color. There's not really a whole lot of gradation and stuff, but hey, we're figuring stuff out. There's a little red into orange, maybe into yellow, but you were able to sneak the black in outside of the color almost. So that was good. It still holds solid because of that black. And yeah. All right. Let's take another look here. Something's okay. So we got a little, in my opinion, it appears to be some beat up skin here. So you're probably running just a little bit too fast. Machine's moving and you're not moving that hand fast enough. So it's getting too many hits in one spot, which is going to chew up the skin and scarred. I've done it. Yeah. you learn quick. You try to learn quick on these things, but the shading's in there. It's a little one-noted. I'd like to see some more solid black in some spots, and then a little more breathability, but it's readable. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that one.
Like I said, not so bad. Few places, couple of little blowouts, couple of beat up lines, but nothing nobody else hasn't done well at learning. It's just punch. I think really just be better off with some more black punched in darker. But just slow your machine down. Slow your hand down. So you're just not just turning people's skin to hamburger meat, and you'll just pack that black in nice and slow. It sucks packing black in, sucks packing colouring. It's so slow.
Yeah. If you don't have patience, then tattooing might not.
It's not for you.
No, my wife. I tried to teach her. She did pretty good. But she said, "Look, I save my patience for the children. This is your thing." She's a huge support, but doesn't have the patience, which is sad because I think she could do really good. But it's okay. So thank you for sending this in, man. And I mean, these are your 2 pieces, and they're not bad. So if you're heading in that direction, you're going to smooth these lines out as you go. Pull back a little bit, find a little more of the hand speed. Lining, if you can get that line real nice and crisp and figure that out and hone in on that, your color's packing in pretty decently, and that will improve in time. So I would just fundamentals, really hone in on that line work and try to find that right depth. Everyone's going to tell you, oh, you got to go 2 millimeters. Oh, it's 2.5. Oh, it's impossible. Okay. No. It's impossible to say you're going 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters. Let me show you how deep you need to go in the skin. It's just not really possible. You will feel it as time goes on. And you'll know what the line is supposed to look like. That's the biggest thing, is to know what the line is supposed to look like. So if I'm starting a piece, every human skin is different. So let's say there's a lot going on. I'll find a little leaf towards the bottom, something towards the bottom. That's not a big deal. And I'll run my first line. Boom. And it's okay. I immediately looking at it going, okay, I'm going to need to throw my needle out a little more voltage, run the next one. Okay. You're in that first 15 minutes of figure this person's skin out. Then after that, you're boogieing. So to tell somebody it's going to be the same every time in every place of the body, just not possible. So it is definitely just one of the things you have to work at. Okay. I need advice on why my cartridge spits out so much ink at times. You want? I'll say a couple of things. But no, you go ahead, Andy.
Well, there's so much for this. One, we don't know what cartridges you're using. Right. Cheap ass cartridges have they're cheap for a reason, and usually inkwell on it is not as good or whatever. Two, you can be running your machine too fast with too much needle hang, which will, as soon as you go on, will spit. It has a tendency to spit. I mean, to compensate, just get your machine running, just slightly dip. Don't fill the inkwell up on your cartridge. Just dip a little bit in. Yes, you've got to go back to your inkwell more. You've got to go back to your ink cap more often, but you're not getting that splurge of ink. But we all still get it. I still get it from time to time. Slack a bit. I don't know what I've done, put in, and I can be doing it straight away. Then sometimes it's just like, oh my God, let's wipe it off and start again. You know what I mean? Right. It just happens.
Yeah, and sometimes those needles can just get clogged up with some of your ointment, and it can't breathe properly. It's a lot. Sometimes you can be running your machine just too fast, and it's shooting the ink out. Everything Andy said plus more. It's a tricky thing. You kind of hone it in.
It's forever going. It's forever ending.
Yeah,
if somebody ever comes up with a definite solution, let me know.
I've done successful tattoos, and the entire time the ink is spitting out, and it's probably because I got my needle hanging too much. I'm running too fast. But there are times when I want to do that, and I know the consequences at sometimes, depending on the cartridge I'm using, is a spitting ink. So yeah, it's a battle, huh? Let's see. Been an apprentice for a year now. Love to hear critiques. Awesome. Well, congrats on being in an apprenticeship for a year. That's no small feat. Sometimes they can be difficult, and also difficult to get. So congrats. So let's see what we got. All right. Well, we're using a
Not bad.
small needle. Again, and guys, we are zoomed in, just so you're aware. This is not a very large tattoo. I'd say about this big. And
That's probably a
yeah,
3 or a 5 type,
right. It
maybe.
is small. So this is probably from what 90% of people are going to, as close as they're going to be able to get to looking at it. Maybe not on your screen. Maybe your screen's maybe to here. But nonetheless, it looks good from here. If we want to get picky and zoom in, we can start to see what looks to be maybe inconsistent needle depth as we're coming across. Maybe we're not getting as good of a stretch as we want. You got to go back over them lines a couple times. But, as a whole, using a small liner, not bad. Oh, this is cool. I like this. Just from a design point, I'm pretty sure I have several clients that would probably love this tattoo,
Looks a lot better using a fatter liner, though.
Yeah. I wonder what's happening here, though.
There's a few.
I do.
That's probably down to either there's a few places on it, but that may be down to stretch, just getting bouncy skin.
Yeah. Yeah. Because over here, it looks a little bit smoother. And this location, you might be going over it a few times because you're a little bit nervous. The skin is a little funky.
You can get clients to help you not back at shoulder by just getting them to pull the shoulder around. It helps tighten skin up.
That's a great point.
It's wherever I just try to get them. Oh, put your arm here, or put your leg there. It just helps tighten skin up.
Yeah, great point.
And some work.
It's good that people understand. Don't be afraid to put your clients in, as long as you don't have them in, backward. I don't know. You can get crazy with it, but put them where you want them. Get them in the position that best stretches the skin. They might be uncomfortable then, but they're not going to remember being uncomfortable. They're going to remember or know that line didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. You know what I mean? So just get them in the position you need them in to make the line or whatever you're doing the best it can be. Minus the color on this piece, Andy, I'll let you talk about that. I'm not sure if this is a styling point. The way this,
I'm just looking myself. I don't know whether it's a stylistic choice.
Yeah, because the black lining it's like not the same all the way around, the thickness, and I'm not sure if it's meant to kind of be that way.
Huh. Well, I'm a great fan of using different lightweights anyway to make you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of designs, I can go from a 14 round. I can go from using lining with a 14 round shader down to a 3 round liner, just to give different depths and perceptions on it. But color, no, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the color. The teeth, could have been done a lot more with teeth. Could have been some greys in there, a little bit of yellow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just be done all that, and they just seem to have smashed them out white.
You're right.
They just. Eyes could have introduced a bit of orange, unless I can't see it. It looks like they're just all smashed out in yellow.
I think that's just yellow. Yeah. Here we're again quite close, but
we're getting nitpicky here, but I mean,
it's
right. But you could smash some other colours in just to give it a bit of depth around eyes. But I'm not a fan on how it's been, shall we say, shaded with the colours.
Right.
Not saying it's awful. I'm just not a fan.
Yep, we could have definitely had some depth put in this piece here and there, little spots that would have really punched it up a notch. And I guess for me, and I don't know why I keep coming back to it, the boldness around the outside. I love that style of bold outlines. I even like realistic pieces that have just a really bold outline around the outside of them. It's just a cool stylist for me personally. But on this one, I feel like that boldness kind of missed the mark because it's a little all over the place, and it doesn't look intentional. But overall, I think it's a decent looking piece. I mean, I think it's cool in its own right, my opinion. But like Andy said, we missed a few opportunities to really punch this one home. All right. Here we go. All right. We got a bird and eagle here. I like the lining on this one. For the most part, we're going to find that little bubble here and there where the skin gets a little different along the way, but the lining looks good. I'm going to say it one more time. is I wish this was solid black right here. This was solid black. This was solid black. Just those certain spots would just be solid black, and the rest can be exactly the way you have it, in my opinion.
Yep.
That's
Super
what I
legible,
like.
though.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I really like how it's coming curling like this around the back of the shoulder. It's nice that thought was put into it. If it appears to be, the thought was put there.
Good placement.
Yep. You can always add like a backdrop behind this if they decided, because you know how it goes. You put a tattoo on, they're like, well, I like that. And the next thing you know, they want to turn that arm into a sleeve. You got plenty of places to go from here. All right. We got some more color going on here. I'll let you have this one, Andy.
It's blurry for me, Dave. This picture's blurry. Right.
What do you think they could have done to unblurify it?
No, I'm not. All right, it's settled out. No, I'm actually on about the picture that's come through on the computer screen. It was blurry.
Okay.
Depth for me.
I was getting scared.
Depth. Right. Like I said, I would have really liked to have seen a reference drawing for this as to what they'd actually done for reference and what they're using for reference. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a strawberry. One, it needs a few more seeds for me. Two, there should have been some shadows around each of them seeds. Leaves in the top of you've got where the spider's legs are around the back. Strawberry's curved, so it needs to be dark. Whether you're going to put a mid-tone in of, shall we say, a mid-grey wash, or a little, depending on the stylist that you're going to do, maybe black in there and then come over it with red. Just try and get some depth. It's missing, shall we say, depth. Curvature.
Yeah, they tried to do it with this dark purple and whatever kind of very lightish shading we have in here. But again, like we said, if there was punched black and maybe a little bit darker, that just takes a piece from what we see here to just the next level. And it can be scary at times to do.
Oh, yeah. Like I say, it's but this is where confidence and commitment come in. But that's a time factor. The more you do, the more confident you get. Right.
I agree. 100%. Yeah, definitely. And once you do that a couple times and you make that plunge, because I know I'm comfortable with black. I like black in my work, but some people, they come from maybe more like a pencil drawing. So they're used to using like dark shades and stuff, which also looks super cool. But when they come into tattooing, they're a little hesitant to see that solid black in places. But once you do that a couple times and you step back and look at it, I think it builds that confidence with your blacks and whatnot to really go at it.
Spider is a cover-up.
Yeah, that's what I saw over there. And kudos to you, because I don't see it. Oh, I do. Right here. Where? Right here. Do you see this little bit? I mean, I'm going to try as far as I can zoom in. It's a little bit easier to see on my screen because I can see like a little bit closer. Yeah. But I keep wanting to point to the screen like I can put my finger down there and you can see it. But right here, it only looks like a little bit of like a U, like a cup almost, like a bowl of some kind. Let's see. Well, if they said it was a cover up, hopefully they'll tell us what it was. We'll jump to the next one, but now let us know what it was. It works. It works. I didn't see it, but it is a little bit of a confusing tattoo. Cool though. Hey, thanks, Dolly. All right. This is an email, very long one, but I don't see any work in it. That stinks when you sent it and then you forgot to send in the work. All right, Andrew. All right, let's see. I picked this place specific to learn and feel the needles because I want. Okay, I was just seeing if anybody had said anything about it. All right, the next one is from Death Axe. Guys, if you're enjoying the video, give it a like. Appreciate it. Hey, Dave, I've been recently getting back to tattooing after having worked in a shop years back as a piercer. No longer doing it for over 8 years. Now I'm learning as I go. I haven't had much luck with fake skin, so I've used my leg as practice. I understand that. I've included my third tattoo ever in the flash sheet I used. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of room, improvement, blah, blah, like guys said, is your videos. All right. Well, thank you for the support there, my friend. And let's take a look. So this is the piece. Let's jump over to this one first. And this is our reference. I'm not sure if it's 100% reference. Let's see. Much longer included my third party. There's also okay. But anyhow, so it looks like it's this one. Let's see what we got in comparison. Okay. All right. A lot of black in it, which is cool. Let me go back to this one. But we miss a lot of these areas that are supposed to be open. It looks like
Yeah,
it was supposed to be lined, and we
I
just
prefer I prefer the reference picture. If you stayed true to
absolutely,
reference picture, it'd have been
yeah. Even
spot on.
the
But
barrel we have in the cylinder, we actually can see the where the
the
bullets would
chambers,
be.
yeah.
Yeah, the chambers. Thank you. And yeah, there's a lot more we can visually see in the reference, which is really cool that you
I
sent that
wonder if
reference.
I'm just wondering if he's lost again. Maybe lost a bit on stencil because look at the nose and look at the mouth there compared to his
Oh,
drawing. I'm just wondering if he's actually lost some of his and his eyes.
yeah,
The
those eyes are wild, aren't
yeah,
they?
it seems to be more of a stenciling problem as well there.
Yeah, it could have been. Not to, I mean, using what appears to be a thicker liner, which is cool. That
Yeah,
I've gone over. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a thicker liner. This would be a great way to practice your line work. I mean, if you create a design that has a boatload of lines, hey, practice them. Take every single one serious. Don't rush them. That would be a great opportunity to practice. This one falls short for me, unfortunately, but it doesn't mean that you didn't learn a bunch of stuff from it. It's a little bit harder to redeem this one
yeah,
because
you're
of the
not going to cover
eyes and
this.
stuff. No, and
I
it's
could laser
dark.
it
But
off on him.
hey, this is a storyteller. This is the one I have plenty that I've done that it's just like, hey, check this one out, and yeah, it was a story behind it. It was cool. It was fun. I remember this was whatever. You get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But yep. So just take your time there. A little bit too much black that time. All right, let's go ahead and let me take a look at something right quick while we're waiting. Boom, 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 boom. All right, here we go. Shane Wiseman. All right, well, again, guys, give the video a like if you're enjoying it or if you're hanging out here. We appreciate it. Trying to get to 100 likes. Here is some of my work, all on fake skin. I've been tattooing now just over a year. All right, we're gonna jump through these.
Cool.
Wow, that is nice. Not a boatload of lining going on in this, so I can't really speak on that, but I do really like the shading. Ooh, I like the black, the concept, the shading.
Yeah.
That looks good to me. Oh, dear heavens, man. That's a large piece of fake skin. Nice work. Nice work. Hey, these ink caps look like those paint by number little pop open things. It's a pretty smart idea, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, looks good to me. I can read it. The darks are, pretty dark. Maybe punching the black a little harder and where the blacks are at, but I mean, looks really good artistically. This looks good. This looks good. Yeah. Also very nice. The lines are smooth and consistent. Nice shading in there. I love the level of stippling you have here. Very delicate. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Oh, wow. Look at the practice in the eyes. Yep.
This is good exercise. You're
This is
doing some good
fantastic.
exercises.
Yeah. Kudos. I never even went close to this far. So, I mean, this is definitely going to help you out in the long run. Really cool to see you going the extra mile here. Same. Certain
Nice
amount.
face.
Yeah. Nice blacks, light shades. Whiskers are popping. Same here. Very nice peony, I believe. At the
I'm looking at the
light,
geometrics at the top as well. They're looking
yeah,
nice.
very smooth, considering everything that's going on here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Little bit of jealous of this fake skin work here. Very nice as well. It's great because if you just sent something like this, I'd be like, okay, you're definitely artistically there. I wonder where your lines are at. But we saw those, and on fake skin, they look fantastic. Yeah, awesome, dude, awesome, and it's just cool to see you've done all this work on fake skin before moving on. Awesome. I've been tattooing now just over a year on fake skin. That's awesome.
Really well.
That's awesome. So I'd love to see your work on real skin when you get to it. And yeah, awesome. So we got about another 20 minutes, guys. Love 20 minutes. Appreciate y'all being here, all 78 of you that are currently here. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to jump into the next one. All right. Hoping to get some good critiques on these, bud, learning as I go. Okay. All right. All right. Well, photo matters a bit too. This photo is kind of hard to read. This guy down here at the bottom, he's in the shadow, and then these guys are in that glare. Getting a good photo of a tattoo is an art in and of itself. But looking at this here, got some lining issues going on here, even in the face too. It's too bad because some of the shading's pretty nice, and I like the sketchy look of it. But and maybe the sketchy look will save it a little bit. But
Just hard to
I don't.
read off how the photo's been taken.
Right.
So much glare.
A lot of glare. Yeah. I think the line. I would work on your line. Just looking at this one piece alone, the shading is cool because you got some light shades in there, some mid shades. Got some different shades going on. I would just slow down and work on your line work. All right. If that means going back to some fake skin, then so be it. But let's take a look here. Yeah, because shading. It looks like shading. This is healed. I'm not sure if you went back. I'm not sure what's going on with these black lines. But again, it kind of goes back to us saying, I think you really just need to work on your line work because your shading seems to be nice, and I think it will improve as time goes on. But if you don't work on your lining, everything else is going to progress, and that fundamental is going to fall. So I don't know, Andy, if you got any thoughts or
Yes. I understand they're trying to get a butterfly wing in. I'd have preferred it if I could see where they've tried to take the cap into the butterfly and vice versa. But I'd have preferred it if the cap had stopped at the butterfly wing on the right hand side and that they carried it on as a butterfly and punched that black in and shaded it out as a butterfly. I'm just getting it. But the shading's nice. It's soft. It's got soft shading. Just maybe get used to using edge at mag just to put a bit more fur realism in. And I can see where the black's in for the tiger striping, but a bit more. If you use the edge, yourself, Dave, if you use edge at mag instead of the flat of the mag and that up and down, you can just get a little bit more suggestion of fur. But
yeah, and fur is a tricky thing. It's not hard, but it's also it takes practice. I guess you got to do it a little bit. You got to get a feel for your mag and doing it. Yeah, and just this one, I think also just like you said, and it just suffers from design.
Got a few design flaws.
Yeah. Which it happens. Noah, I know Noah's in the chat. We've been talking and whatnot. Let's see, Noah. We got 6 months tattooing. Now I'm going back to fake skin for more learning experiences. Awesome. So it's good to, you did some work in some real skin, learned some stuff, found out what you need to improve on, it sounds like, and you're going back. So before we even look at it, kudos to you for evaluating yourself and knowing what you need to work on. But with that said, we're going to be jumping in here. 6 months tattooing. Bam. Ooh. Oh. Noah, this looks a little smooth. All right, I will start off by saying the lines look smooth before I tell you that it's all blown out.
Yeah, very red.
Very red. Yeah, this is a little bit beat. The line is smooth though, so there's not like from here. There's not a lot of shakes and stuff, but this sucker's blown. Yeah. Okay. We got a lot of blown out lines here too. This is a lot of blown out lines down here, over here. I do like the shading in this. You're definitely using a lighter tone because we're getting a lot of redding, which isn't the end of the world. It happens. So, and it's, directional. I do like that. But the lining is really where you need your, oh my goodness, gonna burp, your most work. Oh yeah, especially up in this clock and whatnot. What do you think, Andy?
It's beat in places. Is this? It's like I said, lining. I think you just need to dial it back a bit. Get back to some, shall we say, not bite off as much. Come back to some smaller pieces.
Absolutely. Yep.
There's nothing wrong with working on smaller pieces. You can keep them under control a lot easier.
Yeah. Agreed. This flower right here by itself, had everything else been gone and a little bit slower, you figure out the lining a little bit and work and really focus in on just that flower. Could have made, might not have been perfect, but it would have been, maybe it would have been a better one smaller piece, like Andy was saying.
Spend a bit more time on the one thing than trying to get through all the tattoo. and end up with, without sounding awful, one good rose.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to give some that's too big and it's running away from you.
Right. I definitely think, as Smoke said, fixable. 100% fixable. Yeah, I mean, you have some blowouts. There's ways to shade around that. Maybe you thicken a line out. It might still be there a little bit. How obvious is it? It depends on when it heals and how much is there. But yes, this is a fixable tattoo. I wouldn't don't jump right back into it and try to redeem it. Wait till your skills get better, those lines get better. Because if you're not ready, you're gonna make it worse than better. So let's see. Okay, is this the same one? I think this is the same one, just a different photo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same one. Let's see. I'm gonna look here and see about all right, let's see. Yeah, these are the same piece. Okay, so the same thing's gonna apply to both of those. But hey, look, here's the thing is, again, you realize that this piece from here, from the visualize from here, not bad. It's not like this person's walking around with a train wreck on their leg or something, okay? Or if it's you or whatnot. But yeah, get back into that fake skin a little bit, hone the skills. You got a taste for real skin. Yeah, that's about it, Noah. And thanks for all the support, man. Oh, that was 3 days healed. Okay, 3 days healed. Must have been that second photo was 3 days healed. Gotcha. What's up, Dave? Sent you some stuff a little bit back, and not sure if you've seen, I made video with a song I wrote, give you something a little different to look at. Haven't been at it long. My artist convinced me to give it a go since I was a welder. Thanks for your time. All right, Hunter, let's take a look at what we got here. All right. For some reason, the color looks kind of like, I don't know. It looks nice, but it looks almost like it's like. I hope the photo doesn't look edited, does it?
It looks like it's been painted. Somebody's used post paint.
Yeah, something looks a little different about it.
Huh. I know what you're saying, but is it just that I'm not being funny, Dave. Is it just that brown, the darker brown, is super solid because the lighter brown has got some holidays in it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, and again, that, like I said, it's great to have somebody here because I wouldn't think somebody would do that and then ask for critique. But I will say, no. I do like the lines around the outside are pretty solid, smooth, and for the most part, decent.
Yeah, like I said, the darker brown it's slick. It's in pretty slick, but the lighter color, which, like we were saying earlier, the lighter color is harder to put in because you've got to trust what you're doing with your needles. Where the darker colors, you can move your needles, give it a wipe, yeah, you can see it.
Right.
But
right.
The lighter colors, you're not necessarily going to see straight away.
Yeah, a bit of a faith game.
Yeah, you've just got to get them in, let them settle, and then let them settle, keep going, nice and steady, then just slow it down. And then just come back to it if needs be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And do it that way.
Yeah, that is the best way. Sometimes it's hard to do that because you get impatient. You're like, you want to see it. But I think the more you do it, the more you're like, I'm just going to move along. I'll come back. And there's been plenty of times where you don't even have to go back. You're like, oh, wow. And that's when you realize how important it is. Yeah, surprise yourself. Exactly. Yeah. Hard to say with this one. You're learning a few things here. There's different shading techniques, like some whip and stipple and what happened going on here. The black is not quite fully saturated, and that's where that patience comes in. Also depends on the fake skin. This looks pretty thin, so I'm going to give you a little bit of leeway because of the thinness of the fake skin. But clearly, we're going over lines a lot here, and I'm not sure what size liner you're using. A thicker liner might help you out. But maybe you are using a thicker line. Maybe this is the thickness, but it almost kind of looks like it's sculpted and what have you. But yeah, I don't really know. I don't know. It's all right. Okay, Hunter. Well, thanks for sending those in, man. Definitely keep working at it. We got one piece on fake skin, one on real skin. Both look relatively decent, which means, keep going. Keep going. Would love to see some more in a few months. See where you're at. See what I can. Oh, Hunter again. All right, same two pieces. All right, we're moving on to Tim. We got about 5 or 10 more minutes, guys. Give the video a like. Really appreciate it. It helps the video out, helps the channel out. Definitely, I like doing these. It's enjoyable. And so, yeah, let me know you guys want me to keep doing these. Tim, you are up next, my friend. We have no information from Tim, and I'm not even sure if this video is going to play. So, but we might have this one photo. Okay. All right. Well, Tim.
It's on himself.
Yeah. Oh, it's on himself? Okay.
Must be, because must be Dave, because it's on upside
you're right.
down.
Upside down, yeah.
Take a
Good
photo
giveaway, huh? That's a good giveaway, huh? The lines aren't bad. I mean, sure, there are definitely in some spots, if we really get in here, there are definitely some spots. But of this piece, the best parts of it are the line work, in my opinion. Yeah. And again, we're judging it by what, not perfection, but the line work is pretty decent. It's the shading that really falls flat, and the fact that we have kind of the same shade. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a black or a mid-tone or what it is, but it's the same shade used in every single spot. So it kind of makes it mucky and hard to read. I don't know. That's where I think. Work on the shading, because the lining is not bad.
Yeah.
I can
zoom more shading.
Yeah, a bit more shading.
Pull it out a bit further, smooth it out.
Yep. Try using some lighter tones too. Or maybe you are, and it's just not working the way you want it. And it's the way it goes. Okay. Couldn't preview. All right. Very sorry, Tim. Videos, for some reason, they don't open. And then if I do, I got to download them, and I'm not really going to download anything. I trust you guys. Love you guys. But I really love this computer. It's part of my life here. Works the YouTube and a lot of other stuff I do. So I just don't want to risk it. So next up is Sarah. Sarah says, "Hi, my friend. I've watched you for a few years now. You've inspired me to start tattooing. Thank you. You're awesome." Thank you, Sarah. Very much appreciate that. Just a few pieces on fake skin and actual skin. Let me know what you think. Thanks for taking the time to look. Much love, Sarah. Much love back at you, Sarah. So we're going to take a look here. Doesn't really say how long you've been tattooing, but let's.
Whoa.
That's the way you light it up right there.
Yep.
Boom. Yes. Look at these solid blacks. Not afraid. Boom. Solid black. Solid black. You think in the eyes, no, I can't put solid black there. It's not going to look right. Boom, boom, boom. Heck yes. Like it. I like it. Yep.
That's it. Good job.
Yep. That's cool. Oh, geez. Let's move to the next one. All right. Okay. We're same thing here. Same thing,
but I will go back to what I said earlier.
Go ahead.
I can't see a line in it. So no. Where's the fundamentals? A lot of people now are trying to work around not working on lines. Well, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to work on your line work at some point. You need them fundamentals in.
Yeah, for sure. You can definitely learn a lot here, but there's a lot of opportunity to practice your line works in a lot of these places too. Now's the time. Don't shy away from it. Get into it. If you're on fake skin, get into it. You got this. You got half the battle on fake skin already done, the shading, and figuring that out. Go fight the other battle before it's beautiful, man. Very nice. Very nice. And you know what? I'm starting to see what looks to be a little bit of a line around the outside on some of this. Not on the face, so that's a too bad, because some of this will blur away if you don't have some sort of solid lines in some spots, or black can do the same thing. But you know what? Super cool from here. Okay, here we go. We got something on skin. Hey, we got a line here.
Oh, there's a line
here. Yeah, there's a few. It's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad. Love to see some more, but you know what? This piece works. I like it. It looks good.
Nice piece.
Yeah. I got nothing bad to say. This one,
it's lost.
It is, man. It is. I mean, we get the eyes and the nose, but
it's quite mudded. It's lost. Is that piece, unfortunately?
Yeah.
Sat it back a hand like that can be a really dirty place anyway. Try to keep clean due to all just wrinkles and type of skin, but it does look lost, does that?
It does.
It does also look like a dark photo. It might have looked better with a bit more lighting on the photo.
It's true too.
It does look a lost piece.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because there's really not a lot to see here, anyhow.
No.
Um, yeah. Okay, what do we got here? Now they're compensating for maybe a lack of lines with black in certain areas to hold things together, like under the chin here. Not, I don't know if there's a liner there or not, but you have some solid black there to hold this thing together. It reads actually quite well. It's a work in progress. It looks good. I hope that you're continuing to work on your lines as you go, as Andy said. Um, do it now. Do it now. Learn it now.
You won't
Practice
dodge.
now.
You won't dodge lines forever.
No, I don't think so. You're gonna
You
definitely
can't.
find it. Well, I say, Sarah, good job though. Overall, nice job. Richard Dubose. Dubose. All right, we have zero information on Richard. And here is our tattoo. And I think they zoomed in on the face. That must be what this is. Okay. I'm going to zoom in on this piece. Yeah, okay. It comes off a little bit messy, but it's not bad, I think there's a category for not bad, a little bit messy. Some line work's a little sloppy here and there. I kind of like the pink back there. I don't know if looks kind of cool. It kind of gives it a little bit more life. But if the lines were a little smoother, that would help out. What do you think, Andy? I'm kind of coming up.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure where I lay with this one.
no, I'm not feeling it. Other than but like you said, some of the lines are a bit wobbly, but can be fixed. Could go in with a thicker liner when it's healed. Fix them up.
Absolutely.
Top of her head. It looks like.
Over here.
Yeah, top of her head. Just a bit by the left hand on. It looks like we've got the line goes from thick to thin. I don't know whether that's intentional. You're looking at it from the right hand side to the left hand side, and obviously down the left hand side as you're looking at the head. I don't know whether that's meant to be a fat line or whether you've dropped the ball and had to sculpt it in and sculpt it around that way. But
right,
a few inconsistencies.
Yep. It's not bad though. Again, it's not a bad tattoo. It could just be a little cleaner. I think that's going to come with time and whatnot. And like these lines in the cleavage here, it's kind of they're standing out there. They're out there in the open, and they could be a little bit smoother. But
but it still reads. From far away.
Yep. Yeah.
It reads okay.
Yeah. The more I look at it from a distance, the more I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm being too picky. But no, it does have some flaws there. And if you're sending it to us to check out, find a way. At least this card has rips and stuff in it, great spots to be able to stop a line, move a line. I think, though, in my opinion, if you're going to use a thicker line weight, like Andy said, keep it consistent if you can. Obviously, sometimes a boo-boo happens. You go back in, you try to smooth that out. The line gets fatter in that area, sure. But from a design point of view, use many line weights. But if you're using a particular line weight, I think it looks best if you kind of stay consistent with that line weight through the entire course of each line that you want, if that makes sense. But Richard, we have no other information about you, man. You could have been tattooing for 36 hours, and in that case, it looks great, but we have no idea. Let's see. We got just a few more minutes. We'll go for just a few more minutes, guys, and then we're unfortunately just going to have to jump off of here. We've been 2 hours now. So we'll look at 2 more emails, and then we'll have to go. On your way out, as you leave, if you could give the video a like, would much appreciate it. Let's go. Snake Lady first work ever, 0 hours experience. Second tattoo, Koi was the next day after realizing some of the immediately noticeable mistakes. Huh? Okay, whatever. Let's see here. I mean, it suffers.
It does, but is this the very 24 hours? Is that all it's been tattooing when he's put this in?
Oh, is that what? Snake Lady first worked 0 hours of 0 hours. Oh, 0 hours of experience. Second tattoo Koi was the next day. Okay, well, with 0 hours. So this is your first ever time tattooing skin, fake skin, fake skin, period. Well, with that being said, yeah, Andy, I guess it's all right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. First time he's ever picked up. how has made that come across? If that's the first time he's ever picked up a machine and it for fake skin and he's pulled this off, if he keeps at it, he's going to do really well for himself.
Yeah, he's in the, there you go. He's in, it must be in the chat. He said that was the first ink put anywhere. Well, nice, man, because if it's the first time you've put ink anywhere, when we zoom in on just on these little whip shades here, they're not bad, you know. Up in the eye here, we have a decent little whip-in gradation. So with that being said, you start to find the areas where you're trying things for the very first time.
Yeah.
The black in the eyebrow seems to be packed pretty nice, and there's depth in this. You know, we got black in all these little crevices under the chin. So yeah, a lot of really cool stuff. And I'm sure you already know, you know, the lining is a hard thing to do with your first attempt being this, but not too bad then. So this next piece is the next day.
Yep.
Well, from not zooming in, just looking at it from right here, worlds better from the next day. You know, a lot was learned that first day, and yeah, looking good here. So it gets a little blurry. Oh, okay, it cleared out. Yeah, the lines are much smoother. Looks like you may have gone with either the same liner and just kind of figured out how to run it a bit smoother. Yeah, I don't mind this, Andy, for 2 days with the
2 days. Dave, what can you say for 2 days? I mean,
you know,
I've seen people at 6 months that can't do it like this.
Right. I got nothing to say.
This guy is determined. He's done one the first day. He sat and critiqued his own work by the look of it and thought, this is where I need to pick it up, and applied it. Fair play to him. Fair play to this bloke. And if he carries on like that, he'll go far. He will go far.
I'd love to.
Yeah, 9-round liner on this one.
Okay, right on. I'd love to see us working like 2 months then. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
6 months.
Yeah. Keep at it, Jordan. Keep at it. Keep going on fake skin. What happens sometimes is you get real confident too quick sometimes, even though we do talk about having good confidence.
Yeah.
Make sure you take your time. Keep at the fake skin for a little while. You know, don't be in a rush. It's hard not to get a taste for that real skin. If you're going to, and you got and you care to, jump on your leg, feel it a little bit, learn something, and then jump back off. All right, here we go. Yo, what? Oh, this is we already looked at these. Okay, we looked at those graphics. I think we looked at graphics.
We've seen graphics.
Oh, this is the reference.
Oh, that's the image.
Drew, or the image.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I know some people might not know what we're looking at here. Yeah, you see how this is solid black down here, a bit more black? Yeah,
you look at the reference. Well, we can't pull this picture back up, but the reference in comparison to the picture missed the mark. This is what I say when you've got a reference, missed the mark. But obviously now we can tell with the reference. Yeah, definitely. I'd be cool if you get the chance to go back into that graphics and pack a little more black and then jump. So we're going to end on, looks like Ryan. Let's see. As long as they're not repeats, we're good. All right, Ryan. Hey, man, love your vids. Been watching for a while. Sent my work every live stream. Well, you know what? Your consistency has paid off, Ryan. You just haven't had the chance to see it. Self-taught besides watching you. Man, I'm glad we got to it. And I know there's more people that wish we would get to theirs. Sorry. Ryan, you've been patient enough. Every live stream. Good. I'm glad we were able to get to yours. Dang. From just looking at this from right here without zooming in on it, love the contrast in this thing. That black to the skin. The little bit of shading in the scales here, whatever you want to get, the belly. Sick, dude. I like this one a lot. Nice.
All right, so now we're gonna, even the lining around is pretty decent. Where there are some little flaws, I'm not even going to speak on them because I just genuinely really like this piece. It looks cool. Oh, here we go. We got a bunch more, and these also look very nice. I'm not sure what's happening here, but this is good practice on practicing covering an entire area with shading. That can be kind of tricky. It does get a little washed together. So, but with that being said, you're on fake skin, you're learning and practicing. Super cool, man. All right, Andy, here's some color.
Like this. Really don't like this.
No.
And that it's again, just my personal preference.
Yeah.
Only thing I would like. Only thing I'd like to have seen is the reds, the blues, and your lotus flower, and that. Use a bit of a deeper red in by your koi fish, bring it out to a lighter red. Same with your blues, and I would also like to have seen in the lotus flower 2 or 3 more colours.
Yeah. This
finish them centre stamens should be yellows, oranges, but you could have used deeper oranges on your lotus flower, running out through a lighter orange, tipped it off with the yellow. And you've also, the other thing as well is with the lotus flower, if you look at lotus flowers that are done Japanese, the underside of the leaves will maybe not be the same colour as the inside of the leaf. They would use 2 different colours, but that's just how it goes. But like I say, no, keep going. I mean, fake skin's terrible for taking colour. You know what I mean?
No, the color's a tricky thing in fake skin too. You know, the color, it doesn't always comes out a little, not quite the way you want it and what have you. But yeah, definitely listen to Andy there. And
lost it.
Nah, this one just doesn't work at all. This is shot, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It looks like
good job it's on fake. Good job it's on fake skin and not on real skin.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, somehow we have fur on a flower. I'm not sure. You know, no offense. You obviously have some nice pieces here, okay?
Yeah.
It's okay to have a dud. And this looks pretty decent too. It's packed in there. The black looks good. The lines are all right. Yep, I got nothing. I think you're doing fine. Like Andy said, hone in on that color. Put in the work like you have. You see with the black and gray, you're putting in solid work with the color. Maybe keep working at it. Obviously, we need a little bit more time. And hopefully, if you've been here watching and listening, maybe some of the information that trickled from others. All right, we're doing one last one. I'll do one last one just for anybody hanging around. One last one. This one is a no subject, no name. Well, maybe there's a name. Love the page, man. Great to see someone not snobby or douchey and genuinely being helpful and cool in the tattoo world. Well, I appreciate that. Keep up the good work. Also, I see the Marine Corps swag. Are you a veteran? Yes, I am. I was Army for 10 years. I was in the Marine Corps for 10 years. Look at us. I've been tattooing on and off for going on 2 years, not rushing it. I take very serious. Thought I'd shoot you some of my work. Okay. Both on fake skin and a couple real. All right. So you've been doing this for, I missed that, 2 years, off and on for 2 years. All right. Let's take a look. All right. Pretty interesting. These eyes, though, I'm just going to say it. The eyes look a little wild to me. Look like footballs or something.
Yeah, peeking off to the side.
Right. There's some good stuff happening here. It gets a little bit too dark. Personally. And the lining is it is a bit hit or miss, but it's on fake skin, so you can do whatever you want on fake skin. That's the joy of it. That's your practicing ground. Bam, we immediately get much. I think this is much cooler.
Yeah, worlds apart.
Yeah, it's like, what the heck? Here we go. All right. I do like this. I love the darks in it. Maybe we could have left a few more light spots, but again, that's just.
It's a lot more readable though.
So much space for it
to breathe.
Yeah, and they got solid blacks in the mouth and the eyes. Yeah, totally like that. Let's jump to the next one. And we're back to something different here. I'm not a huge fan of this one either. The shading, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know.
Places. There's not enough open skin. There's not enough. It's not left enough open skin for it. Again, for it to breathe. There's a lot. I know we said put dark tones in, but there's a lot of dark tones in this.
There is, and the shading that is here is one dimensional, I guess, one direction, and I don't know, it kind of falls flat. So we'll go to the next one. This is cool. I
quite like this.
Yeah, I like this. It's black and skin work. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Not bad. It does work. It's super readable. I mean, there's no doubt what it is. Yeah, super cool. Oh, see, totally different here.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. Different lighter shades almost in some of these lines. Line weights are different.
Line weights are different. The line work's not actually that bad if you...
No.
A few little places, but
as a
It's not
whole.
actually. It's worlds apart.
Oh my, yes, yes. Oh wow, this is cool too. Let's
Nice.
get. Yeah, I like this flower. Very consistent. Shading's consistent. This moon is consistent.
It's,
Uh, what is happening here? We're going back and forth from
this this
this.
shows. This looks like somebody that's figuring it out.
Yeah,
Looks like we're
yeah,
starting with his worst, coming in up to his best, but somebody here is actually figuring out. It's like, hold on, this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah, I've
yeah.
screwed up
Heck
on them,
yeah,
and I've come
yeah.
through. And
This is nice, man. I
I
really
mean,
like it.
those are like concentric lines.
Ah,
Oops.
oh, then we're back
And
over here again. I'm not a big fan of this
no,
one,
that's
though.
no, I'm not a fan. I mean, for me, it's Jack's. That's too dark. It's not.
Yeah, and it's like they used like too many different um techniques. Maybe I don't even know if that's the right thing, but we have different versions of shading in different spots. Um, yeah,
I've
it's
also picked a
close.
different. I'd have picked a different rose as well. Too many leaves, too many petals in it for my
Yeah,
liking. Get rid of some
yeah,
of them petals.
yeah. And then the leaves in the back are like almost just fall into suit with the same shade, the same,
Yeah,
and they get lost back there. Uh, this looks like a decent little
I
banger. I
quite
don't know
like
what
this.
happened with her chin and face. Looks a little
I
beat
think
there,
he's
but
tried putting a bit of shading in it, bit of light shading in, and he's either used too light a shade and worked it
mm,
and worked it and worked it, or which, yeah, I think it
that's
looks like
probably
he's
what it
used.
was.
I think he's used too light a tone and
Yep.
worked it and worked it and worked it till he can see it, which is obviously give you this
And it
round
got too
dark
dark.
patch, angry, and it looks angry. But as for the rest of it, for a gypsy head, traditional gypsy head, I'm quite
Yeah.
liking it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. There are some little bit of what appears to be some blood. Some of you might be going a little heavy, but you're using a thicker liner, so it requires a little bit more um, pressure or whatever you want to call it. You can run it a little faster, what have you. So maybe back it off just a touch. And like Andy said, yeah, you probably went over it several times getting to where you could see it. And by the time you can see it the way you probably think you should see it, it's going to be too dark. It goes back to that, like Andy talked about, putting in light tones. When you put it in light shades, sometimes do your passes with the sound effects, and then pull out, move to the next spot. Even if you don't see it, it will start to come back. And if it doesn't start to liven up, the light shade doesn't start to show through, then go back again, or you're going to end up with a beat area at times. All right, we got a koi fish. Pretty similar to the other one. Lining is pretty much the same. A little heavy. You're running a little heavy, maybe a little fast. I don't know if this might be in the healing process. These little hairs are starting to come through, which means it's probably healing a little bit.
Missed his lines in a couple of places in scales. You can see thickness of lines
Mm-hmm.
where it had to go back in, especially a
Yeah.
little bit back. The
Yeah, and they're not quite consistent. Like you
no,
said, the scales are a little bit here and there and added and whatnot. I remember my first koi fish, actually, and I had a similar issue, actually. But I was also trying to figure out how to tattoo for like 5 hours, and I was getting, I don't know, you'd literally learn how to tattoo for a while. This is a little rough here as well.
that looks,
Def-
to be honest, Dave, before I would actually say anything on it, that looks like it's scabbed over and healing.
yeah, it could be, huh? I don't see any like solid hair growth here.
No,
This
because
looks
if you
kind of
go
fresh
to,
right here, though.
yeah, but if you come down the other end of the hole, if you
Right
look,
here.
you can see the cracking.
Yeah, it could be, huh?
It
It
could
could
be.
be.
I
It
might be
could
wrong.
be.
I might be wrong, but there is. Then you've got getting closer to some blowouts.
Yeah, and it's
At the
quite
beginning of
red
it.
in here too,
Yeah,
though. It's redding. Maybe I might be gone over it again. I don't know, but this is a little heavy, which definitely leads me to that, probably using a bit heavy of a hand. And it's if you're just able to back it off just a little bit, you're gonna have really well saturated, punched in lines without being blown out. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. This is better, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is better. The lines aren't blown out. I'm not sure what it says. Do you understand what this says?
one day at a time.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, I tattooed this a while back. I think it's got a little bit dark. It is a dark image, though, I do recall. But this might be just all in all a little bit too dark. But you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad. Okay, I think that's it. I don't even know the name, but hey, thank you for sending that in. Keep at it. I mean, 8 years off and on. It's a joy. It's a fun. It's the way it goes, guys. If you're still here, if you could give the video a like, subscribe, make sure your notifications turn on because we'll be going live again this week. And obviously, me and Andy will be back next Sunday unless something comes up. So when you see us go live, get your work in. That's the time to submit it because we'll start taking work from when we go live moving forward. So if you come in later and you submit your work later, it's, we might get to it, we might not. But I thank everybody for sending in your work. I thank you guys for being here, for all the support you show the channel. If you want to follow Andy, if they want to go check you out, where can they find you at, Andy?
Instagram, which is LSInc 2019, or I do have a Facebook page, which is LSInc Tattoos. Dead easy to find us.
Nice.
No problem.
If you guys want to follow me here at DaveInks.88 on Instagram, and on Facebook, it is Death Punch Inc. Again, I did not make any of this stuff simple to follow. So if you want to follow me there, you can. I don't care. If you want to go zoom in on my work and beat me up, fine. It is what it is, guys. We're all here to help each other out. Again, we will be turning on notifications because I might be doing some live tattooing this week. We'll see what happens. So again, thank you for being here, Andy. I really appreciate you giving up your time to help the community out as well. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
See you later.